What's happening? What's happening with it? What it do, people? What's going down with it? Yeah. Y'all know we finna cook today. Oh, yeah. Y'all want to miss this one. We definitely finna cook today. What's happening with everybody? When you come in the building, make sure that you hit the like button and jump in the comments. Let me know y'all in the building. But we definitely finna cook today. Yeah, and hit that like button when you come in the building. Yeah. Johnny Q, what's happening with it? DP Rocker, what's happening with it? Mike Ryan, what it do? Leon Robinson, what's happening with it? Hey, Mom, what's happening? Carl, what it do? 817, what's happening with it, man? Detroit, BC, Ryan Clark, SUP Music in the building. Cortez Bowles off in the building. Yeah, we definitely finna cook today for sure. For sure. Yeah, I've been real busy. I haven't been able to be on here, but I've been hearing my brothers cook. You know, I've been keeping up. Been had a lot going on lately. Yeah, but we gonna cook today. We in here today for sure. We for sure in here today. 817. You know what I'm saying? Big Country Omega. Big Country Omega Red in the building. Love him down Gaither. MLTG 45 Biz. Yeah, there you go lying again. Yeah. But yeah, we definitely gonna get caught up. Yeah, we gonna cook. It's a lot of shit that's going on around boxing. And it's a lot of make or break shit that's going on in boxing, right? Because we've been hearing a lot of talks about this fight, and we want to see this and that. But we ain't been getting no action, y'all. We haven't been getting no action. This nigga Omega Red got jokes talking about Master P hat. Oh shit. Yeah, we ain't been getting no action, but it's been a whole lot of talk. So, like I said, we're gonna cook on everything that's going on. Kevin Wells in the building. I see you. So hit the like button, smash on the like button, and so we can cook. Smash on that like button. Man, Danny Garcia, I'm a fan of Danny Garcia, but man, him and his daddy make me sick at the same time. That motherfucker got a million excuses on why Erro Spence whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying? He got a million excuses on why Erro Spence whooped him instead of just coming out and saying, man, that man was better than me. Now that man that came up with COVID, he had a lot going on in COVID. He didn't even want to fight Errol Spence. He had anxiety, all type of stuff. Man, I said, man, what's wrong with this dude, Danny Garcia? Now, like I said, I'm a fan of Danny Garcia, but I don't like, I really ain't been a fan of how he, went with the whole Errol Spence situation off the rip. You feel me? Off rip. Let's talk about it. Let's go back in time real quick, because I want to cook on this shit. So I remember when Errol Spence, the guys that when he came on the scene, the dudes that he had been calling out was Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman. Now, Sean Porter was flat out ducking him. His daddy was flat out ducking Errol Spence, and they was kind of, just going around it. You had Keith Thurman, he was ducking Errol Spence. But one thing I can say about Keith Thurman is he kept it 100. He told you, hey, that fight ain't happening. I'll see that fight happening around 2019, 2020-ish, But Keith Thurman always gave Errol Spence his props. He always said, I feel that Erro Spence is the next best welterweight in the division besides me. You feel me? I feel that Erro Spence is the next best welterweight in the division. I think that me and him the top. I get that to Erro Spence. He says, I want to say Erro Spence for last. That's a mega fight between me and him, right? So, whatever you feel about Keith Thurman, he did keep it real and told you straight up, nah, I ain't fighting him right now. But he gave him his props. Now, when it comes to Danny, Sean Porter even would give him his props back in the day when he was ducking him. Danny Garcia was the opposite. And this what get me about Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia was talking a gang of shit about Errol Spence, acting like he was just a basic fighter. He don't see what people think is special in him. He's straight up and down. Nobody is, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is really, like he was just saying he don't understand why everybody talking about Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing special about it. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence wasn't nowhere near on his level. You feel me? Who is Errol Spence? All that shit. That was Danny Garcia. You feel me? Then you go down a little bit further down the line, they were still pressing Danny Garcia about fighting Errol Spence. And I remember this interview like it was yesterday. Danny Garcia, y'all remember when Danny Garcia said, y'all keep asking me about fighting Errol Spence? Won't y'all fight Errol Spence? Won't you fight him? Right? And we looking like, what the fuck you mean? He in your division, bro. He got a belt. He the IBF champion. And you talking about, won't y'all fight him? Then he goes on to say, and I've talked about this before. Then he go on to say, hey, you know what? I'll fight Errol Spence. Yeah, I'll fight him. But you know what? You got to pay me $10 million. Pay me $10 million up front, and I'll fight Errol Spence. Now, at this point in time, this is before Errol Spence had fought Mikey Garcia. This is before, any of them had made anywhere near $10 million. And if I said 10,000, I meant 10 million, right? I'll fight him for 10 million, right? But this is before Errol Spence had ever been on pay-per-view. This is before Danny Garcia had made anywhere near 10 million, right? Ain't none one of them made. So basically, he was pricing himself out. That's basically what he was saying is, okay, if you want me to fight him, pay me 10 million, knowing that nobody was going to pay nan one of them no $10 million at that point in time, right? But at the same time, he was still talking shit about Errol Spence. Every time, like, oh man, ain't nothing special about him. Like, he doesn't do nothing special. He's just a basic fighter. He's a basic fighter. He's not even that good. So that's what rubbed me the wrong way about Danny Garcia. And Money Brown to tell you, and everybody back then to tell you that I felt some type of way towards Danny Garcia more than I did Keith Thurman and more than I did Sean Porter. Because at least Keith Thurman and Sean Porter was giving Errol Spence his props. Danny Garcia was shitting on Errol Spence, acting like he was some Rudy Poot ass basic fighter that was just overrated, right? He was saying he was overrated. So back then I was like, man, I can't wait till Errol Spence get his hands on Danny Garcia. I want him to beat Danny Garcia ass more than anybody at that point in time, right? Like everybody was hollering Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. I knew what it was with them. But Danny Garcia was getting under my motherfucking skin because he was talking a gang of shit, but at the same time, he refused to fight Errol Spence. Because I'm like, every time you get a camera in front of you and you speak on Errol Spence, you acting like he's some shit. You acting like that he ain't shit, but then you refuse to fight him. So I knew that Danny Garcia was full of shit, that he knew all along that he couldn't beat Errol Spence. He's trying to play it to the public like, oh man, he ain't even on my level. He ain't shit. Like he's just a basic fighter. Well, fight him then, right? Errol Spence was continuously calling out Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. To me, like I said, Danny Garcia was the worst duck out of all of them because you're talking shit. It's like You open it, right? It's like you got, you know what I'm saying? You got beef with the motherfucker that live down the street from you, right? Oh boy, come to your crib and he ring your doorbell, and you talking a gang of shit through the motherfucking screen door, through them bars. You know what I'm saying? You talking a gang of shit through them bars. But old boy is telling you, okay, well, you feel that way, come outside, you know what I'm saying, on this pavement and let's get down. And you like, nah, man, well, you a pussy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But you're talking shit behind the bars. You know what I'm saying? From your screen door. And that's what Danny Garcia was doing. Now, when he seen Erro Spence became the name, you know what I'm saying, was selling out arenas, doing big pay-per-views, and fucking off in the streets, right? Erro Spence looked like he was not the same Erro Spence in the Danny Garcia fight. And I mean, not the Danny Garcia, Deshaun Porter fight, and in the Mikey Garcia fight, right? You could tell he wasn't that same nigga that faced Kell Brook and Lamont Peterson and all that. And now Danny Garcia is like, oh yeah, he been in a car accident. He been, you know what I'm saying? He been fucking off in the streets. You know, these boxers know what's going down. They know what's going down in the streets. So yeah, now we want him. Now we can beat him now. And we can show everybody that I was never ducking him. Well, we all know how that turned out. And I'm not one of these dudes that's gonna say that Erro Spence just washed Danny Garcia, because I thought Danny Garcia put up a good fight. Erro Spence beat him clearly. Erro Spence beat him. I think Erro Spence and Lucas Matisse put more damage on him than anybody ever has Danny Garcia, right? Him and Erro Spence and Lucas Matisse put more punishment on Danny Garcia more than anybody has. But Erro Spence, he clearly beat Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? I had Danny Garcia winning like 3 or 4 rounds in that fight. I had Danny Garcia, probably 4 rounds. I had Danny Garcia winning, right? But nevertheless, Erro Spence won that fight clearly. After Danny Garcia finally, right, he couldn't come up with an excuse. Everybody was watching the fight. He finally was like, you know what? He was the better man on this night. He was better than I thought he was. His jab was better than I thought he was. And yeah, man, he was better. So at that point in time, I became a big fan of Danny Garcia again. I said, finally, Erro Spence then whooped some motherfucking sense back into Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is finally giving Erro Spence his props after ducking him for years and years and pretending like he was just a basic overrated fighter that wasn't that good. He finally gonna give him his props. So I was good with that shit. I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you came and you finally did it, right? OTB, yeah, I agree. I had the same score. 817. Yeah, I mean 9-3, but Danny did win more rounds than 2 for sure. But you know, so bam, you a man, you finally admitted dude was better than you, and move on. Now, Danny Garcia got a fight coming up this weekend against Jose Benavidez. And I got him beating Jose Benavidez. He should. If he can't beat Jose Benavidez, he don't need to be in the sport no more. But like I said, he finally, now, I don't know if he think motherfuckers got amnesia, but now he comes back and he's on the same Danny Garcia, the same denial. He's living in denial. Oh, Erro Spence, you know, the only reason I lost that fight, his daddy, you know what I'm saying? His daddy is saying this shit. But, I mean, Danny Garcia ain't came out and said, nah, you know, you just got to give it to Erro Spence. He was the better man. But now they coming out talking about, oh, man, it was because of COVID. You know, it was all the protocols that you had to go through with COVID. Danny just wasn't happy. He didn't really even want to fight Erro Spence because of things that was going on in his life and COVID this and the protocols this and, you know, he couldn't get up for the Erro Spence fight, all type of fucking excuses, you know what I'm saying? But he fails to mention that if it was COVID, well, Erro Spence had to go through the same shit that you had to go through with COVID, right? You're talking about anxiety because of COVID and things going on in your life. So you don't think that Erro Spence was dealing with all of that and more? We talking about a man that hadn't fought in, I don't know, well over a year. A man that had been in a horrible accident that almost had lost his life, right? Had to basically get his body to train again through soreness and pain, right? All of that shit. Had to go a year without sparring. All he could do is run and do little light shit, right? Had to go fly back and forth to see doctors to see if his brain was right. You know what I'm saying? Had to listen to everybody saying that as soon as he got hit, he was gonna fold. He wasn't never gonna be the same fighter. All of that shit, right? And then bam, and then COVID hits. So he got to deal with all of that and COVID. And this motherfucker Danny Garcia and his daddy crying, talking about he had anxiety because shit he had going on in his life. See, that's what rubs me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what always rubbed me the wrong way about Danny Garcia when it came to, Errol Spence. And Danny Garcia, he never admits when he loses. Like, bro, you're just not better than these fighters. They're better than you. You know what I'm saying? You almost on their level, but you're just not. When you lost to Keith Thurman, you made excuses talking about you won the fight. You didn't win the fight. Keith Thurman outboxed you in the first half and damn near shut you out. And then the second half, you won a few rounds, but he still outboxed you and moved on you. Well, let me change that. He outbanged you in the first half, right? And beat your ass. Almost, you know what I'm saying? Almost dropped you. And then in the second half, he came and outboxed you. You fought Sean Porter. You did very well against Sean Porter. I think that the Sean Porter and Keith Thurman fight was the closest fight out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? But you wasn't active enough. You wasn't active enough in the Sean Porter fight. So, and you were fighting in spurts. So Sean Porter was active, you know what I'm saying? And down the stretch, he closed it out. He closed it out down the stretch, and he beat you. I had Sean Porter winning by like 2 rounds. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Overall, like I said, Danny's a good fighter, but he just he lives in denial. He lives in denial that, yeah, you right up under the best. The best of the best fighters, you just can't cut it. You just can't cut it. So yeah, man, they running around here like some goddamn clowns, still making excuses on why he lost to Errol Spence. You feel me? And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. And salute to everybody in the building. Stay Ready Boxing TV in the building, man. I ain't seen you in damn near ages. Salute to Stay Ready. OTB in the building. Next ESPN. Let me see who else. Jay Grant, Manny, Chef Sosa, Nick Silva. What's happening with it? Danny Drew. Lolos. But so anyway, with that being said, KP from KC5, what it happened? What's good with it? Cali cuz. But so KG, my man, KG, what's happening with it, KG? But with that being said, I'm a fan of Danny Garcia. I was a fan of Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Way back when he was young and stepped on the scene, you know what I'm saying? Back when he was fucking with TV Johnny and all of that. I was a huge fan of Danny Garcia. I'm still a fan of Danny Garcia. I met him, had a good ass conversation, chopped it up with him. He a down to earth, good ass dude. But I think that Danny Garcia is one of them men and was a kid, from since he was a kid. He was one of those kids and then grew into the man that he is today that always needed that justification from his dad. And there ain't nothing wrong with that at all, right? But I think his dad put a lot of pressure on him, right? And anytime something would happen, probably in sparring too, and any fights, his dad would make an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because his dad is somewhat living through Danny Garcia. He living through his son. So he's making excuses. Oh man, he ain't better than you, Danny. You was sick. You didn't feel good in the gym today, Danny. He ain't better than you. It was just because you were sick. You know your head was hurting today, wasn't it, Danny? Yeah, Dad. Yeah, Dad. Yeah. That's right, Dad. I was my head. I had kind of a headache today, and that was blurring my vision, and so I just wasn't really on point. But he ain't better than me. You feel me? Yeah, Danny. You'll never let those guys beat you, Danny. If it wasn't for your headache, you would have beat the shit out of them, Danny. Yeah, Dad, you right, Dad. I forgot about that headache I had. Yeah, Dad. In the ring. Oh, man, Sean Porter, man, they robbed you, Danny. They had to fix in for you, Danny, huh? Sean didn't beat you, Danny. Yeah, Dad. Yeah. You right, Dad. I know they had the judges paid off. Yeah, they had the judges paid off. And Angel Garcia is one of them. Instead of just letting his son know, hey, son, let's get back to the drawing board. He was better than you that night. But hey, we're going to come back and we're going to do our thing. We're going to work on what we got to work on. And I think that a lot of fathers in boxing, they do that shit. They find a million excuses for their kids, and then it falls back on the fighter. It falls back on the kid. You feel me? And Danny, he's one of them that he just don't know how to admit loss. He don't know how to admit defeat because his dad is right there always staring. If y'all remember the Erro Spence, when Danny Garcia and Erro Spence fought, right? After they fought, the press conference afterwards, Danny Garcia was humbled. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the shit beat out of him. So he was humbled. Erro Spence humbled him. And he was saying, like, yeah, man, his jab, it was just, he's better than I thought he was. His jab was a lot better than I thought he was. He's just all around. He's a great fighter, man. He was better than me tonight. And his dad was like, no, he fucking wasn't, Danny. He's not better than you. It's because you didn't let your hands go, Danny. It didn't have nothing to do with Erro Spence. It was you, Danny. It wasn't Erro Spence. It wasn't Erro Spence, Danny. Man, I don't want to hear that. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that fucking bullshit, Danny. It was because of you. It wasn't Erro Spence. And now you see what I'm talking about. He wouldn't let Danny be humble and admit, you know what, man, this guy was better than me. And so that's the problem. And I think that if it wasn't that case, Danny Garcia might be better than he is. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like button. Smash on the like button, right? Danny Garcia's career might have went better than it did. Danny Garcia might have been able to beat a Sean Porter. Danny Garcia might have been able to beat a Keith Thurman because, he wasn't blown out in none of them fights. But if you're living in denial and the man that trains you is making you live in denial and he's living in denial with you, well, bruh, where are you going to learn? If you didn't do nothing wrong, if they robbing you every time, or it was just because of you had anxiety, or it was because of you, had nothing to do with the other fighter being better than you in certain areas, well, when you go back to the drawing board, you ain't got nothing to work on because it wasn't you. And that's the problem, Teofimo Lopez's dad is the same way. You could tell. You could tell that Teofimo Lopez's father is the same way. You feel me? And it's a damn shame. But I think that Danny is good enough to beat Jose Benavidez Jr. Both, Jose Benavidez. Both fighters, they've been out on long-ass layoffs. Jose Benavidez, shit, he was damn near on a 4-year layoff at one point. So, it ain't no excuse. I'm looking for the fight to be a good brawl. You know what I'm saying? Jose Benavidez gonna come in there and fight. And one thing to me is that really stuck out is Jose Benavidez said that he walk around in between 190 and 200 pounds. How is he making 154? That man said he walk around between 190 and 200 pounds. Next, ESPN said which daddy is worse, Danny, Sean, or Tio. I think Teofimo daddy is the worst because, you know, at least Sean Porter, Kenny Porter, and Danny Garcia, Angel Garcia can give them instructions in the corner. And you know what I'm saying? When shit is going wrong, at least they can keep they cool in the corner and give them, you know, instructions. Motherfucking Teofimo Lopez daddy, all that motherfucker, oh man, beat his ass. Go out there and beat the fuck out of him. Bro, that's not instructions. You're not telling me what I need to do and what I'm not doing and what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving me no type of game plan. Beat his ass and yeah, Poppy, yeah, beat the fuck out of him, Poppy. That's not, they ain't helping me, bro. So I think Teofimo Lopez's father is the worst, and we haven't seen the worst of him yet. You know what I'm saying? And we got to give Angel, I mean, you know, he's lasted this long. I don't see Teofimo Lopez's father lasting this long in the game, as long as Angel Garcia has. But yeah, and y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all smash on the like button. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a lot of shit going down. And another thing I want to cook on before I get on this Erro Spence and Terence Crawford shit, I'm thinking to myself, right? I'm looking at the landscape of boxing, right? You got Jamal Charlo out here. He capping, talking about he want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Everybody know that's a motherfucking lie. You got Demetrius Andrade out here. He's supposed to be calling out cats like Jamal. Well, he did kind of call out Jamal Charlo, but he ran around in the street making videos calling out Chris Eubank. So Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, that fight is not going to happen this year. Probably ain't going to never happen. So we got one fight that ain't going to happen, right? You got Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. That fight probably ain't going to happen now. You got De La Hoya talking about Ryan Garcia's the A side, and what they essentially, what Oscar De La Hoya is doing is he's pulling the Eddie Hearn. He's pulling the Eddie Hearn and Deontay Wilder type shit. You know, when Anthony Joshua Wilder shit, right? You're pretending you want to fight. This ain't on Ryan Garcia. I told y'all a long time ago that Ryan Garcia actually wants to fight Tank Davis. But De La Hoya does not want Ryan Garcia to fight Tank Davis because he's afraid that if Tank knocks out Ryan Garcia, that he's going to expose Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia's star status is going to end just like that, right? And that's his prize fighter. So he knows what he's doing. He don't want that fight to go down because he's like, okay, I still got Ryan Garcia. I can still move him how I want to move him, right? And put him in with opponents and continue to build him as a star, mega star, and then continue to make money off of him, right? That's what promoters do when they got a limited stable or limited fighters that's superstars on the stable. They have to move them. They got a blueprint for them. You feel me? They have a blueprint for him. So he has a blueprint for Ryan Garcia. Now, he's using Ryan Garcia's name and piggybacking it off of Gervonta Davis's, right? Now, Ryan Garcia wants to fight. He's going and he's saying, make that fight happen. I want to fight Tank, and he really wants to fight. But as a promoter, right? And I'm gonna let y'all know how this shit going down, how it working. As a promoter, Oscar De La Hoya has to look like that he's working for the fighter, that he's working to make the biggest fights that his fighter wants. So that's his job, right? Because he knows essentially if they try to make it like that the promoters work for the fighters, which is the other way around, but they try to make it look like that, right? Well, he's going to make it look like that he's doing everything in his willpower to give the fighter the biggest fights. That sounds like somebody we know? Yeah, Bob Arum. Bob Arum was doing the same shit with Terence Crawford, making it look like, oh, man, I'm behind. I'm trying to do everything I can to get you the Errol Spence fight, right? But then when Bob Arum gets fed up and he starts telling the truth, he tell you the exact opposite, right? But anyway, going back to this Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia situation, right? So Oscar is telling Ryan Garcia, yeah, we're gonna get you that fight, Ryan. Trust me, we're gonna get you that fight, Ryan. Telling them all that bullshit. We're gonna do everything we can do to get you to fight. But now you see he's bluffing. He's coming out, oh, Ryan Garcia is the A side. Oh, it gotta be 50-50. It gotta be this and that. Because he knows that Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman, PBC, whoever, Steven Espinoza, whoever it is, they ain't going for that shit. How the fuck you gonna tell us that he's the A side? This man ain't never been on pay-per-view. This man ain't never sold over 10, 11,000 tickets, but he's the A side. And you see what he's doing. He's going in the media and he's doing interview after interview after interview. That sound like somebody? Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn does the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You get out in front of the stories. You run the narrative. You know what I'm saying? We run the motherfucking narrative. You know what I'm saying? We change the narrative, right? We control the motherfucking narrative, right? So you get out in front of it. You control the narrative. You control the narrative. Now your story's dropping. Oscar De La Hoya said this. And Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia, you know, this, and that. And at the same time, you got a young fighter that don't know no better. And to the fighter, right, it's looking like, oh, my promoter's out here. My promoter trying to make the fight. Yeah. My promoter said I'm the A side. Yeah, I'm the A side. Yeah, it got to be 50-50. You see what I'm saying? And Oscar De La Hoya, he's sitting back behind the scenes laughing the whole time. Like, yeah, this motherfucker really think, yeah, I got the whole world talking. Knowing all he's doing is basically backing further and further and further away from the fight because he don't want his fighter in that fight. But that's the smart way of doing it. Instead of just telling your fighter, look, Ryan, we're going to have to go another direction. You know, I don't think that you're ready for Gervonta Davis right now. We're not going to make the Gervonta Davis fight right now because I got some other things for you, and we'll do that down the line. He's not going to tell his fighter that because then you tell the fighter that, right? And a fighter like Ryan Garcia, when he got it in his mind already that he wants to fight Tank, and that fight is going to happen because they've been lying to him, telling him that fight is going to happen. If you do all of that and just straight up give him the truth, well, then you got Ryan Garcia. He going to be a disgruntled, fighter. Then he going to get out in the media talking about that he want to leave. You know what I'm saying? He want out of his contract. So that's how that shit go. So Oscar De La Hoya, he's smart. He's been in the game a long time. So he knows how to say no to a fight and say no to his fighter without having to come out and straight say that shit. You dig what I'm saying? Without having to just come out and say that. He ain't going to come out and just say that shit. So, yeah, it's not Ryan Garcia. It's Oscar De La Hoya that wants no parts of that fight. What's happening with it? Money. What it do? And motherfuckers do that shit in life all the time. You know what I'm saying? It could be something that it could be as simple as like, make an example of some shoes, right? Some shoes. You come to my crib and you see a pair of shoes that you want to buy off me. And I'm just making an example, right? And the shoes is worth like $200. That's how much these shoes is worth. And you say, hey, man, I want to buy them shoes off you. You know what I'm saying? How much you going to sell them to me for? And me knowing that I don't want to sell you the shoes, I'm like, you know what, man? Give me 300. You know what I'm saying? You come over here and grab them. You know what I'm saying? Come tomorrow and grab them for 300. Because I'm like, I know he ain't going to grab them for 300. And he say, 300? Okay, bet. I'll pull up on you tomorrow. I'm going to pull up on you tomorrow for sure. I got 300. And I'm like, damn, I ain't want to sell these motherfucking shoes for nothing. Like, hell no. And so he called me the next day. Hey, man, I'm gonna pull up. I got that 300. And I'm like, oh man, I was just looking over the internet and shit. And I went on this website, man, and somebody's selling these joints for $6. Yeah, they going for $6. So man, I ain't gonna be able to do that 300. I could do $6 though. And he looked and he say, man, let me hit you back. Let me see. And he called back and he like, hey man, I got that $6. I'm gonna come and grab him for the 600. I got that $6 right now. And I'm like, damn, nigga, this nigga, oh, damn, I like these motherfucking shoes. I don't wanna. And then I hit him back and I'm like, hey, you know what, man? I was just thinking, man, I was looking deeper into these motherfucking shoes, and these bitches actually, they like 1,000, man. Like, I'm gonna need 1,000 for these shoes, but I'll sell them to you, but I need 1,000, right? Knowing that he ain't finna go from 200 to all the way to 1,000, 300 to 1,000. Knowing. So all I did was just price the shoes out, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that he wasn't gonna buy them. Simple as that. And that's the same shit that Oscar De La Hoya is doing. Now, I guarantee you, if they come to the table and like, you know what, Ryan, you know what I'm saying? You know what? We thought about it. Ryan could be the A side. You know what I'm saying? Ryan could be the A side. Also, we could do 50-50. You know what I'm saying? We'll give Ryan 50-50. That's cool. I guarantee you, Oscar De La Hoya will come back with some more shit. Well, you know what? I talked to DAZN, and you know, since Ryan's the A side, we're gonna need the whole we're gonna have to have Tank Davis come over to DAZN and fight Ryan. We're gonna pay him. We're gonna pay him the biggest payday that he ever had. But you know, Showtime can't be a part of it. We're gonna have to have Ryan come over to DAZN, and we're gonna do a DAZN pay-per-view. I guarantee you, he don't want that fight. So he's going to continue to move the goalpost so the shit don't happen. So that's a fight that's not going to happen, right? And so remember, we're not going to get David Benavidez, Jamal Charlo. We ain't getting Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade. We're not going to get Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis no time soon. That fight ain't happening. And that's just 2 fights. We could go on and on. We ain't getting Tank versus Devin. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could go on and on. So, and I'm going to get to somewhere with all of these fights that we've been talking about, but we know we're not going to get them. And I'm going to get somewhere with this. But, so, with that being said, it looked like that we going into a motherfucking boxing recession. Before 2017, boxing was in a bad state. 2017 came and they put on. We were getting all type of fights, 2017. Boxing was back on the map. Now that boxing seems like it's going, you know, getting back on the map, you got everybody talking about it. We don't get these fights this year. It's boxing finna go back into a recession like it was back in 2010, 11, 12, all them years. If y'all remember, if you know, you know. Boxing was in a bad place in them years. All you had was, you had certain fighters like Floyd and certain fighters, but boxing was in a bad place. Motherfuckers was embarrassed to say that you was at the crib watching boxing. You know what I'm saying? All the casuals knew then was Floyd. If Floyd wasn't fighting, they ain't know nobody else. And that's a fact. And boxing is gonna go right to that. It's gonna get worse because now the only fighters that people gonna talk about is the few mainstream fighters and Jake Paul and whoever he fighting. That's what this shit gonna come down to if we end up not getting these big fights that we supposed to get, right? But I'm gonna get back on that topic, right? When we touch on the main topic and money. I see everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button for me one time. Y'all smash that like button for me. Now, Gary Antuanne Russell. Let's talk about my partner, Gary Antuanne Russell, for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let's cook on Gary. And I'm going to drop a link if anybody want to come up here and cook, you know, while we get into these main topics. I'm going to drop a link. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this. since I ain't been on here for a long time, I'm gonna drop a link in the chat. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat since I ain't, you know what I'm saying, since I ain't cooked in a minute. And we got 5. I'm gonna let 5 people jump on. After that, I'm gonna let 5 people jump on, and then after that, I'm a, you know, no more after that. So I'm gonna pin the link in the chat. Hold on, y'all, and then we gonna cook because shit getting real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shit getting real. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this link pinned. Yeah. Let me make sure I put the, hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I put the right link in the chat. There we go. Yes, sir. 817, what's happening with it?
What's going on, Key? I had to chop it up with you, man.
Yes,
looking
sir.
fresh, looking fly, bro.
Yes, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Man, I heard you in there cooking. I heard you in there cooking. You been cooking. You been cooking these niggas.
Man, bro, I'm saying, bro, we've been missing you, so I've just been trying to fill in the gap.
Man, whew, man, these past couple weeks, man, been hectic, but shit, you know. Hey, but like I said, man, Gary Antuanne Russell, bro, my partner Gary Antuanne Russell,
yes,
he
sir.
said some shit. He said some shit.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, it rest easy to my brother Batman for sure. You know what I'm saying? Rest easy to my brother Batman.
You
Now,
took the
Gary
words right out of my mouth.
Yes, sir. Gary Antuanne Russell and me and Batman and 817 all we used to chop it about this shit all the time, right? We used to chop it about this shit all the time. And now Gary, because I said, hey, at 140, I got Gary over everybody. Like Coach say, I got over everybody. I got Gary over everybody at 140, right? Now, we know when Gary Antuanne Russell, when he had some words for Devin Haney, and he said, hey, Devin Haney, he want to fight my brother. Well, and he talking about that, you know, he gonna move up to 140 real soon. Well, hey, shit, we could get it popping. We could get it popping. You know what I'm saying? I want his ass. I want to beat the brakes off of him. And so we was on that shit like, hey, if Devin move up to 140, well, I want to see that fight. I still want to see that fight. We know now that Devin, he got other things going on. But now Gary Antuanne Russell, he's fighting this weekend against Rancis Bartholomew, right? He gonna beat the dog. He gonna beat the fucking bar in the Bartholomew out of Rancis. He gonna beat the dog shit out of him. And we know that. But Gary Antuanne Russell saying, hey, shit, I could go to 135. 135 ain't shit for me to make. He said, shit, when I weigh in, you know, I'm supposed to be weighing in at 140. I weigh in at 136, 137. Oh, I make 135 easy. You know what I'm saying? I'll smash Tank. I'll smash motherfucking Rolly. I'll smash Ryan Garcia easy. That's a cakewalk. Yeah. I can go 135 if any of these dudes want to fight. Ain't no biggie. And I said, oh shit, you know, because I never really thought 135. You know, we know that Gary Antuanne, he was supposed to have history with Tank. Now, Batman used to tell me a story all the time when Gary Antuanne, right, when they be sparring, because they all came up, him, Tank, and all of them, they all came up, right, in the same area. And he said every time Gary Antuanne will pull up to the gym, hey, shorty, let's get some work in with Tank. Nah. Tank can't. Nah. We good. Pull up to the gym again. Hey, Calvin, you know what I'm saying? We here. Let's get some work with Tank. Like we want that work. Like, you know, Tank, he down to spar anybody. Oh, nah, not you, Slim. Nah. We good. Tank got other shit going on. He said every time they pull up on Tank, nah. Not him. We'll spar him, and him, but not you. They ain't want no smoke with Gary Antuanne, right? So they got history. Tank at 135. They on the same, you know what I'm saying? They on the same motherfucking stable. They all under Al. You got Devin. You got Ryan Garcia. We know that Ryan Garcia wouldn't even come nowhere near him. I don't even know why that question came up. But like I said, you got Frank Martin. You got a lot of fights at 135 if Gary Russell said, you know, fuck it, what's up? Because Gary Antuanne ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? He's 5'8". Devin Haney taller than him. You heard the man say that he makes 140 easy. He come in, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really got to work to make 140. So, yeah, he sure can make 135.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, who you got winning that fight between Devin Haney and Antuanne Russell?
Man,
Gary.
Motherfucking Gary Antuanne Russell do something bad to Devin.
Gary.
Big fat.
Gary too
big
big.
fat. So what he gonna do when he run into him?
I mean, bro,
They not gonna make that fight happen.
They're not gonna make that fight.
Oh,
they know
okay.
But let's say this, right? That fight, you know, it's too many roadblocks because I don't even think they really would want to make that fight. But you know what I'm saying? With all of that being said, you got to excuse now. I mean, you can't really make that fight because you got Gary Antuanne Russell over there with the PBC, and then you got Devin with Top Rank. So that fight ain't really even possible no more because it's not big enough to be made like that. But them other fights, you know what I'm saying? With a Tank, a motherfucking Frank Martin, and whoever else from 135 to 140, I got Gary Antuanne Russell over everybody. But I don't think none of them dudes, I don't think that none of them dudes will step up and say, you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. Or, yeah, I'll take the fight. And especially after this weekend. And I think that now, you know, and rest in peace to Big Gary. Rest in peace to Big Gary, right? But I think now that Gary Russell, big brother Gary Russell is training him full time now. I think that he's gonna get better and better and better with Big Gary Russell training. Because see, I mean, well, I don't want to call him Big Gary Russell, but you know, Gary Russell. With his brother Gary Russell training him, I think he's gonna get better and better because you see the instructions that Gary give in the corner. Gary ring IQ is on a whole nother level. He's smart as hell, and he's a hell of a boxing coach and a hell of a fighter. You usually don't get fighters that can fight as good as Gary Russell that could be coaches like him. But I think that, you know, Gary Antuanne gonna get better and better, and he's gonna be another Boots. He's gonna be another Jerron Boots Ennis to where, you know,
people gonna be scared to get in the ring with him. Yeah,
he gonna be destroying these fighters, and none of these fighters gonna want to get in the ring with him. They gonna make
I don't mean to cut you off either, but remember, Boots and Gary Antuanne got history too.
Right.
I think Gary undefeated with Boots, ain't he? Or Boots won once?
I think.
Or is it split?
I think he got one out of three.
Gary beat him 3 times.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
Yeah,
it's 3-1.
Now let me say something in defense of Boots. Right? Let me say something in defense of Boots.
Boots wasn't the same fighter then neither.
Those fights were good, close fights. You know what I'm saying? I think that the fights that I saw from those fights, Gary won off of, he was just relentless, and he won off of pressure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being more active. But those fights was close. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nobody just whooping the other one ass. You feel me? But that show you how great Gary Russell is and how great Jerron Boots Ennis is.
Exactly.
And like I said, he is gonna be the Jerron Boots Ennis at 140. And knowing that he can, and it's crazy because him and Boots got a lot in common. Like Boots can go from 147 or 154. It don't matter. He can fight at
Or
any one of the weight
160.
divisions.
Exactly.
Next
Yep,
one if he
that's true.
needs, right? And then Gary Antuanne Russell, he could do the same thing, but he could go from 140 down to 135 and fight at any one of those weight divisions whenever need be, right? So yeah, man, what y'all think? And I'm gonna pass it to Batman, my man 817. What y'all think about Gary Antuanne Russell saying, man, hey, shit, he can go down to 135 and beat your favorite fighter? What you got, 817?
Man, rest in peace to the big Brody, man. This week,
Man.
you know what I'm saying? His chest will be out. He will be on here holding it down, you know what I'm saying, for the whole family, and really giving us, giving us some insight, some shit that we wouldn't even be thinking about, but to be looking for in the fight, and it would manifest itself, man. That man gave us more than what he had to, man. And I think about him every time we do this. But moving forward, yeah, bro, he gonna put in work this week, and it's gonna be beautiful to see because everything they've been going through. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, with Gary in his corner, I don't see nobody fucking with him because I don't see nobody at 140 with somebody better in their corner, and got the type of tools and skills to work with. I mean, it's some dangerous fights in there. Don't get me wrong. That Subriel Matias or something, or like a motherfucking Regis Prograis, if they was able to scrap like right now, you know what I'm saying? Not moving forward, but like a right now, you know what I'm saying? It's some great fights for him at 140. But bro, I see with the combination of what he got going on.
Hold on, 817. 817. Read this motherfucker Dundada. He always gotta say some shit, bro. This motherfucker, I swear, he don't never miss a day. Read that
man,
shit.
He consistent.
This motherfucker said he got Brandon Lee beating Gary Antuanne Russell, man.
Gary Antuanne a thrash, Brandon Lee.
Hey, bro, dude is funny as hell, man.
He won't put his kinfolk in them food stamp card on that shit.
Oh shit,
man, I'm done, bro. He fucked it up.
Hey, well, I seen that shit come. I had to pause for a minute.
Not consistent. That's what you could give it, bro. That motherfucker consistent.
Right. Oh shit, man! You got any more to add to that? 817?
Nah, bro. He gonna beat the shit out of Rancis, bro. He gonna beat the dog.
Okay. Let me ask you.
And I was gonna ask you. You see, Chris Colbert got tough in the motherfucker the farther that Gary got away from him. That shit was funny as hell.
Right, he showed it though.
Man, Chris Colbert told that nigga, goddamn it, man, y'all don't think this some bullshit because y'all watch my last fight. Y'all gonna get somebody fucked up. I say, man, don't nobody believe that shit but him, man. Poor little thing. I believe him though, man. I think I believe him when we get to that, man. We go.
Hey, when Kenfo walked around the corner and got in front of them reporters, he was looking at all them cameras and shit like, I'll whoop any one of y'all. Somebody try me. Just because Hector whooped me don't mean you shit.
Hey, he can't wait to prove that to the world. That's gonna get his ass killed. I'm scared this pride gonna get him killed in front of our face.
I was just gonna say though, but the Frank Martin fight ain't the fight for you to be going into to try to prove to somebody that you can whoop somebody's ass and you got the motherfucking feather dusters for fists. You finna go Frank Martin gonna beat his ass up, bro.
Yeah.
I
think Colbert got a chance in the Frank Martin fight. I think they handpicked that fight for a reason.
Let me get this super chat. My man Cortez Bowles, my bad, man. I seen it earlier and was intending to read it, but my man Cortez Bowles in the building with the super chat showing love to the channel. I appreciate you, man. He says Bud needs to be scripted in Boots ESJ for WBO. Okay. Like I said, man, we're gonna get out into all of that right after this. But let me move to Ben. What's happening with it? What you think on this
What's
Gary
going
Antuanne
on?
Russell?
What's going on? What's going on? First off, just like 817, I want to give my condolences and say rest in peace to Batman. You know what I'm saying? Because just like 817 just said, like through all the mix up, through all the the going back and forth on the chat, Batman will be right in the midst of it. You know what I mean? Chopping cats' heads off in the chat. You know, and he'll be respectful. He won't be, you know what I mean, over the top. He'll be mad respectful. And I just want to say that's another thing why that's another reason why we hate on the LBDC, because we got cats that's in it that's actually mingling with them. But yeah, man, Gary Antuanne Russell, he another pit bull off the leash, man. And Gary, from the outside looking in, what I see Gary Antuanne Russell may have one of those careers where he got the talent, he got everything in the toolbox. That I don't think these cats will give him that opportunity. You'll probably have a couple who would probably give him that shot. But from what I see from now, and I hope I'm wrong, I just see a lot of cats avoiding that smoke. I don't think nobody wants that. You have to want to smoke.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I see the same shit going down. Let me get to let me see RP 1120. Let me hold on. My thing messing up. Yeah, RP RP 1126.
Oh yeah, man. Same thing, man. Like you said, I got him pretty much over everybody. I don't see nobody beating him.
What about 135? You got Tank, you got Devin,
Oh
you got
man,
Frank Martin.
That's on at 135. I got Tank, man. You know, just being honest. You know what I mean? At 135, I got Tank over everybody, but he not at 135 right now. So
Okay. Like
but
I said, I got Gary Antuanne Russell from 135 to 140 over everybody.
that's a fact. That's a fact though, because he got the power and everything too. So man,
I don't know,
it'll be
Key.
some good. Hey, it'll be some good fights though. I tell you that. They just need to make these fights, man, and stop with all this side of the street stuff, bro. You know what I
Like
mean?
I think I see a lot
The
of people
best is
talking about. I see a lot of people saying Devin, right? And I'm gonna just throw this out there. I think he's too
man.
physical for Devin Haney. He's too
That's
strong
a
for Devin
fact.
Haney. Like I said, people think like, oh well, man, he fight at 140 to
I
go.
got
Like he
one for
will he lose
y'all.
something going down to 135? Not how they train. I think that 135, he'll be a fucking monster because he
Exactly.
doesn't
He
even
be
make
even more
140.
quicker.
Yeah, he don't make 140. Like he always weigh in a lot under, like he said.
Exactly.
So and then so like Devin Haney, like you looking at a guy that's physical, that's relentless, and can box his ass off too. You know, and I think that he'll do something bad to Devin Haney. He's too physical for Devin Haney. Devin Haney can't hurt him. If you can't keep somebody like Gary Antuanne Russell off of you, you can't do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then Tank, I got him over Tank too because I see how Tank fights against guys like Rolly and other guys like that. You put Gary Antuanne Russell in there,
Right.
man, shit gonna get ugly.
Yo, and Gary Antuanne Russell got history with Tank too.
Yeah, like I said, Batman was saying that every time they pulled up to the gym, like from when they was kids to they got older to teen, all that shit. Like they would never let Tank spar with Gary Antuanne Russell. They was like, yeah,
That's
nah,
crazy.
not you.
That's crazy.
So,
That says a lot right there.
but man, anything else you got to say now before I pass it?
No, that's it. I mean, I don't see nobody beating him for real. Like I just wish these boys would go ahead and fight though. Stop talking.
OTB, OTB, man, it's on you. What you think about that?
Man, I think that first of all, I got to get a chess move play of the day award goes to Gary Antuanne Russell, putting the pressure on PBC, letting us know that they've been saving Tank from that fight. You understand? Letting us know that, reminding us, should I say, hey, I can make 135. If they wanted a big fight for Tank, shit, it's right here. They going everywhere else looking. You know what I mean? They making the people think ain't nobody willing to fight Tank on their side. And I'm right here. So I got to give him kudos for that. I got to give him big props for that. You understand? As well as Keyshawn Davis. I think that Keyshawn Davis is the fight for him. That's a fighter who just as big as he is. You understand? We don't know who gonna be the bigger person on that night, but that's somebody who physically can you understand, go in there, and you ain't gonna bully Keyshawn around. Keyshawn just made it aware to me yesterday that he was moving up to 140 next year. So you understand? I think that's a good fight. That's a good fight for Gary. That's a good fight for Keyshawn. We build it the right way, and that can be a big money fight, man. And I don't know that I can pick Gary in that fight right now. I don't know that I can pick Keyshawn neither, but that's what make the fight so intriguing to me, as well as they styles. You know, ain't neither one of them gonna back up. That's gonna be a fight that's gonna be fought in the middle of the ring. You understand? Whether it happened at 135 or 140. Keyshawn say he's going to 140 after this year. So shit, I think Gary stay at 140 and let's get that fight. But I don't think that we see him in Boots at 47. I think Boots get up to 54 before he get up to 47. And I don't think we ever see them two fight again.
We could. It just all depends. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends. But yeah, I think you're probably right. But by the time that Gary goes to 147, Boots gonna be at 154.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of protecting investments when it comes to him at 135 and fighting somebody, and even at 140 fighting somebody, Keith. You know what I'm saying? That shit with Tank or whatever.
817.
That shit with Tank or whatever, you already know they got that history with Big Bro, so you know they ain't looking to let Gary get no shine off Tank. You feel what I'm saying? Because even if, let's say, Tank go in there with Gary or whatever, and they have a great motherfucking fight, like one that's a point off and it's a split decision or some shit like that, Lil Gary will get so much shine off of that, even though we know what kind of fighter he is. Like, it'll be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Floyd and them ain't willing to do that. He too much a hoe for that.
Let me read this super chat and then I'm gonna pass it. My man King Judah in that super chat, he say people saying Dev gonna duck is capping. Dude don't have a history of ducking, and why we acting like Tank gonna fight Gary when we all know he can only fight Hispanics. Keep it real. I think that's what he meant. He said, why we acting like Tank gonna fight Gary when we all know he only can fight Hispanics? Now let me address that. Let me address that. Now I never said nothing that Devin was gonna duck that fight. Like you said, I agree with you. Devin haven't showed a history of ducking nobody, right? You dig what I'm saying? So, but right, in order to make that fight happen, Devin and Bill would actually have to press for that fight. You know what I'm saying? With Bob, that fight ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Devin is over there with Top Rank. Devin got other things going on. That fight ain't gonna happen. So, you know, but I'm just giving my opinion. If it did happen, I got Gary Antuanne Russell without a shadow of a doubt. Now, as far as the Tank Davis situation, nobody, I don't think nobody on this panel was saying that we acting like Tank is gonna fight Gary, because I don't think that I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think that they would have Tank go nowhere near Gary at 135 or
Hell no. Hell no.
They wouldn't do that. Why would you have a blueprint and, you know, move him the way you've been moving until all of a sudden put him in with a Gary Antuanne? Gary Antuanne don't even got a big enough. I mean, that would be stupid. If I'm Leonard Ellerby, Steven Espinoza, I wouldn't even do that. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? But that's why we're saying that we don't think that none of these guys is gonna give him a chance like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that maybe Devin would, if shit got real hectic and he wasn't with Top Rank, he might would fight him, but you know, as far as the rest, they not gonna give him no chance like that. But
Bill, hey, look, Bill will hear this shit, come into this motherfucker, and let you think next week, goddamn me, they
gonna send the contract.
That they gonna send the contracts and they finna fucking fight. Dale, hey, look, I will give Dale this. King to the right. He ain't got no history of ducking, but I'll say this: you ain't got to duck to get your motherfucking ass whooped. You feel what I'm saying? Dale ain't look. Dale has shown us he ain't as far as power. You know what I'm saying? You gonna need some oomph to get that little motherfucker off you, man. That nigga's a pit. You gonna need some shit to get him off you, and it just ain't gonna be no goddamn jab and pose and move. Now you gonna have to stand in there with some shit, and Dev done showed us he don't too much like to stand in there with that shit and really oomph, because if he did, he would have knocked out Cambozo. Let's keep it a buck. He was already boxing the shit out of him, so he should have just stood in some shit and went on and laid him down. That's what we'd expect out of Tank or somebody like that, and that's what we say. If in fact it was ever to go down, goddamn me, we don't see Dev ducking it, but Dev ain't got enough to keep a nigga like that off his ass.
Hell no. Everybody that's in the building, we talk. Y'all keep coming in here talking about Gary Russell too little. Gary Russell. We're talking about Gary Antuanne Russell, his younger brother. We talking about Gary Antuanne Russell, not Gary Russell Jr.
Y'all talking about Junior too little. Junior box circles around Tank today. Tank just had problems with Rolly Jab.
Scotty,
fuck out of here.
Scotty in the building. World Combat in the building. I'm not. Look. I ain't gonna say that Gary Russell box circles around him. I'm gonna just leave it like this, right? That's a fight that I would love to see. I would need to see Gary Russell coming in at his best, not off no shoulder surgery, not off no layoff. I need to see Gary Russell at least have one fight and be active, and then go into a Tank Davis fight and set that fight up. I think that'll be a hell of a fight, but you know what I'm saying? It's just another fight that we're not gonna get. Let me pass the mic to my man G5, and then I'm gonna go to Money, and then G5 can pass it to Money.
Salute, my people. Going down.
What's happening?
I mean, you know, but I look at it like this. I mean, Gary Antuanne, he already showed he can fight. You know what I'm saying? He can box, he can bang. You know what I'm saying? How you hear y'all think he beat Boots in the amateurs 3 out of the 4 times? He put pressure on him, didn't let the man get off. You know what I'm saying? If you can control that pressure against a fighter like Boots, it's amateurs, but your style not changing too much. Only thing you doing is when you go to the pro, you losing the headgear, and shit, you just gonna show in the pros that what you was taught in the amateurs, is it gonna translate? And now when you turn pro, you're gonna learn how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of people don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta keep that amateur pedigree, but you gotta learn how to fucking fight in here. Cause you know what I'm saying? The way these divisions going, bro, boxing might go out the window, bro. You're gonna get hit with something solid, bro, and that dude your opponent might see that, bro. You're gonna have to scrap. And a lot of these people in boxing, they don't like the fight. They want to box, they want to move. That's fine, but you're gonna have to engage at some point. You know what I'm saying? So from 135 to 140, I think Tank and Gary Antuanne, that'll be a 5 fight. I ain't gonna lie, Gary Antuanne, he nice too, but he get hit a lot too. We're not gonna sit here like he don't be taking shots as well. Him and Tank on the same type of time.
Look at the post style. Look at the post style.
You know what I'm saying? He on the same type of time. So we not gonna sit here and do that. What have we seen with Tank? Tank has proven more. So when it comes to experience-wise, I say that's a 50-50 fight. In my opinion, I'm not gonna crown Gary Antuanne even though he got the ability, because it's the mental game that I'm looking at too. Boxing is mental, baby. Tank said trap. What does he run into a trap?
I agree.
And he mentally tough,
you know what I'm saying? It's hard. You fight with a broke hand, bro, and still keep going. It's cruel, but still. How many people quit when they get a cut? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Get that five, but we gotta put some respect on the name of the Russell family.
I didn't
When
say
it come
that.
to that, we gotta put some respect on that name, and also take in the context that hey, he is a Russell. So I don't know
I
how
get that.
likely I am, how inclined I am to, you know what I mean?
Shit.
But
Come
you
on,
definitely
my
right
last
though.
name Russell. Come on, you think I'm gonna go against a Russell? Nigga, that's my last name. Let
There
me
we
finish
go.
getting my point off before the rebuttals. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finished setting the table. Hold up. So only thing I'm saying is experience factor. Yeah, the talent, that's about what and what. You know what I'm saying? So Tank has been fighting taller fighters his whole life. He ain't had no choice but to adapt to that. He can adapt to anybody. What I want to see is who gonna make the necessary adjustments on defense, getting their head off the line. I know Gary can crack. I know Tank can crack. Who got the better chin though? Because that's gonna be a phone booth fight. And I'm telling you, whoever got the most in the mental fortitude, intestinal fortitude, that's who's gonna come out on that fight. When it's that even, bro, it's about who won it the most. So that's 50-50. I mean, I ain't Xing none of these dudes out. Y'all gotta show me. I believe in a lot of these fighters, but you gotta show me, bro. I need to see it. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the ability in the world, but if you can't put it together, it don't mean shit. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Five. Because I'm just like you. I got Tank from 140 to 130. Ain't nobody beating him, but I gotta see it.
Yeah. Now I say I can't. I'm not picking. It's
ain't gonna
down
say
the
all
middle
that.
with me. With Gary and Tank, bro, they both talented. Either one could win. I'm not mad at either one who win because
Me
boxing.
either. Me either.
I got Shakur beating Tank. I got Regis Prograde beat him at 140, and I got Gary Antuanne Russell beating. That's my three. I got beating him, but you know
I
that's
only
just
got
me.
Shakur. I only got Shakur beating Tank at 135. You know what I'm saying? On 130 and at 140. Oh, Gary Antuanne. I got him beating Gary Antuanne just because I feel like he got better head movement. I feel like Gary gonna get caught with something, but I feel like that's the only guy that's really maybe got something for Gary outside of how Keyshawn may progress. You know what I'm saying?
What
Now,
about
the
Gabriel Matias?
one of the cats I would say who got a good chance at beating Tank at probably 135 or 140, I'll say Devin.
Nah,
Devin and probably Gary Antoine.
I
Devin and
can't
Gary
see.
Antoine.
I honestly can't see Tank fucking with Gary Antoine, bro. If
Exactly.
you would have put Gary Antoine in
I
the
don't know
ring
that he
in
hurt
replace of
Gary.
Rolly, that shit would have been real
Oh
ugly
man.
for Tank.
But
Like,
he wouldn't have fought Rolly the same way, and that's why I give to me, just me personally. I think Tank the way you see him fight one cat ain't the way you gonna see him fight another cat. And I feel like Gary, as tough as he is, as much skill and power he has, I feel like he take too many unnecessary shots to get what the fuck he want, and you can't do that with
well,
Tank.
you talking
can't.
about somebody that like you talking about against somebody like what's his Victor Postal that got long ass fucking arms, got a good jab, know how to box on the outside, and you
But I
know
told Bat that
that's
And
a
before.
we have
different type
to
of
I
fight.
agree that
told Bat
You
that
talking
before
about
that
we
fight,
have to
fam.
agree that Gary wouldn't
hold
fight
on,
that
you
fight the
talking
same
about
way
somebody
either.
that's small like Tank, bro. That's a whole different fight. You ain't gotta take shit to get what you want to get to Tank. That's a
I
whole
feel you,
different
fam.
style of
I
fight.
feel you, but I had told Bat that before he fought Postal. I felt like that was one of little bro hoes. I felt like he took too many punches to get what he want, and he did the same with Postal. And I felt like it took too long with Postal because of that. You feel what I'm saying? Little bro still got some flaws, but again, that's why it's good that he
How you
got
gonna
big
say
bro
he
in his
took
corner.
too long?
But then
How you gonna
again,
say he took too long against Postal? Ain't nobody never had stopped Postal.
and
But
I was just about to say that.
listen. I'm not talking
It's
about
taking too
nobody
long.
else.
Nobody
I
never
feel like
stopped him before.
But
I feel
not
like
even
bro.
Bud.
No, listen to me, fam. I feel like Brogan had enough skills and enough talent, enough ability, and coming out of their family, bro. I feel like when he got in there with Postal, he was gonna be in there to stop Postal, and I thought he was gonna stop him in like 6 or 7. For real,
But
fam. Real
I
shit.
mean, he
I
stopped
felt
him.
like it took him too long. That's just me.
How
Maybe
would
I
it
had
take
too
you
high
too long
But
with
we
a
still
guy
gotta understand.
that's a
But like
veteran that never been stopped? How can you say it took him too long when Postal ain't never been stopped? He didn't been in there with Bud. He didn't been in there
exactly.
with the
I
best
get
of the
exactly.
best. Ain't nobody stopped him, bro. What you mean it took too long?
But listen, Keith, I understand exactly what you're saying. I know post-star history and I know who went what with him. What I'm saying to you is with the talent that young man possessed and his power and ability, and with what's the name size, with post-star size and his ability and how he fights straight up and down and shit, you know what I'm saying? I felt like Lil Bro was gonna catch him with some heat in 6 or 7, bro. And I felt like, and I felt like before the fight, I had told Big Bro, and we could go back, but I had told Big Bro, I told Batman, rest in peace. I say, I feel like Lil Bro take a few too many shots to get what he want. And while he at the lower level, that shit'll work. But I just gotta see if it translates. He fucked around and told me right then, you gonna see against Postal, Wooter Blair. And he told the truth. We saw that against Postal. He still got what he needed to get. But I still felt like, the same shit lie. And I feel like with somebody like Tank, under them lights, sparring is different and shit, but under them lights is different. And I feel like he might run into something. That's just me.
So you, man, it's nah, bro, nah,
But look,
like I don't
even
like
though
not Tank that's 5'5", you know what I'm saying, 5'5", arm reach ain't as long as Gary, none of that shit, bro. He's not fucking with Gary Antuanne Russell. That's a mismatch. Now Tank gonna hold his own. Tank gonna hold his own. He can hold his own against anybody, but that fight, bro, you can't convince me, and I'll be willing to bet anything that if they ever fought, it's just, bro, real good little man ain't gonna beat no real good big man like that. Not
At
with that
140 pounds, Tank may be at a disadvantage. At his house at 135, I just have to see it, fam.
135, it ain't gonna make no difference. If the man tell you that he makes that, if we see him weigh in and he weigh in easy at 140, but he weigh in under coming in at 136, 137, and he telling you, oh, I can drop another pound or two. You know what I'm saying? That weigh in, that shit ain't nothing.
I ain't saying he can't make the weight, fam. I ain't saying he can't make the weight.
I don't think it's gonna take nothing away from him to make the weight. Them dudes, man, they train every motherfucking day.
I feel you, and I'm not saying that the 5 pounds will take anything away from him. I'm not saying any of that.
And then what happens when he get in the ring? He way bigger, and Tank hit him with some shit, and he keep coming.
I just got to see
because everybody just like thinking like, okay, well, when Tank hits you, you're going to sleep. It ain't nothing. You gonna go to. It's not gonna be like that with everybody, bro.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it's not.
When you fight the best of the best, that shit go out the window. Ask Erro Spence. Ask any of the top fighters. That, you know what I'm saying?
And it ain't happen. And it ain't happened for Tank every time either. And he's still been able to find a way. So I just have to see it.
It's still assuming though. So I fuck with Gary Antuanne too. He a big dog at 140. He got a lot of shit at 140. But that still don't just say if he hit Gary Antuanne Russell ass, he ain't gonna feel something. So we don't know how the power will be. Tank Power could be Tank Power. We could crack his ass and probably hurt him, or he probably could take the shots. But we got to see what Gary Antuanne is gonna bring to Tank as well. Because Tank ain't just you saying it's a mismatch, kid. That ain't no mismatch by far.
I'm saying the size advantage that Gary Antuanne to have over Tank. Tank only like 5'4", 5'5". You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a big size advantage that Gary Antuanne.
Barrios was what, 5'11"?
Huh?
Barrios was like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, but come on, bro. We ain't gonna. But Barrios a whole different type of fighter, level of fighter of Gary Antuanne Russell. That's a whole different.
I mean, like we all know that, but I'm just saying, like size wise.
Yeah.
I know skills play a whole lot in that too, but I mean,
and if we remember, Tank said I was intimidated by Barrios' size at first. What you think he gonna be with Gary Antuanne Russell?
Yeah, exactly.
Fast and big.
Now, and then just like, but he also said he's more comfortable at 100. He also said he's more comfortable at 135 pounds too. So I'm just saying, when he made the reference, to him at 135, I understand, the skills and shit still lie. Them 5 pounds really ain't shit. It is what it is. I'm not saying nothing that the brother Keon said was wrong. You feel me? I just feel like I gotta see it. You
Yeah,
dig?
I like my man Ronell Goodwin. He said, "Ain't nobody standing up to Tank's power, bruh." Like it becomes a time in boxing, in the ring with somebody you hit, they're not finna fold. Like everybody
Exactly.
has that. Everybody has that in their mind that because and like I said, man, Tank is a motherfucking killer. Tank a killer. But everybody has this shit in their mind that he's just gonna touch everybody and they going to sleep. When you raise your competition level to that next level, with them dudes, when you like them dudes that have the
Punches ain't
mindset
so
of a
clean.
Terence Crawford or Erro Spence,
Mm.
they're not finna fold when you hit them. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? Yeah, you might be able to catch them and knock them out, but that shit is not a given. That's
Right.
not a given when you move up in competition like that. You
And
talking
Keith,
about dudes like Leo Santa Cruz and Mario Bart, like that's bro. We talking about when you get to that next level, ring with a real dog that have skills, that got a chin, that's fast, that got boxing IQ. They're not just gonna fold like that. But
Yo, Keith.
I was just gonna say, literally, that would be the biggest fight. I mean, in his fucking career. You fucking right.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
But yo, Keith.
Let's get on the East Coast. That shit would do numbers.
so we can wrap this up. Let money.
What everything EJ? Hey, stop trying to go for one shot. You're not gonna knock him out. You know what I'm saying? We just you know what I'm saying? But he don't aim for his shoulder. Quit trying to aim, trying to knock his head off. You're not gonna knock him out with one shot.
G5, your audio, you robot. You like
yeah, you screwed, bro. You chopped and screwed.
But money.
But
You
yeah,
got anything else to add? My bad.
yeah, I will agree though with Gary Antuanne Russell. That motherfucker is he's a problem, bro. He's a problem. I agree with everything he said that he is. I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say that he's the Bruce Ennis of, I'm gonna say he Gary Antuanne Russell. I know what you mean though, Key. He go turn into the boogeyman of that motherfucker. But we know it's some cats there at 140 for Gary Antuanne, and it's enough at 140 for Gary Antuanne to build his name. There's some killers at 140 right now. With Till, he don't need no Javante Tank Davis. You got a Till Primo at 140. You got a Josh Taylor. You got some good names. A Regis Prograde that's sitting right there. That's you know what I'm saying. We can say that's arguably more tougher fights. You know what I mean? Than what's that 135? Because when we look at 135, they got to, even though Devin saying he coming up, we'll see when he coming up. But what's that 140 right now? It's enough for Gary Antuanne to become a superstar. Like you said, I am a superstar, and that's a fact. That is a fact. But like man Keith was trying to get that man to do is to try to get them niggas to talk a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like Gary Antonio, he cool. He'll reach back out, right? But yes, you can be a superstar in your own right, and you can believe in your ability and your skill set. But if you're not trying to help get yourself to the people, it's only gonna do so much. You know what I mean? A lot of these fighters feel like I'm just gonna let my fight do the talking, and that's gonna be that. Similar to Terence Crawford, you got to fuck with the people sooner or later to put yourself out there. Before it's a Gary Antuanne Russell, that's a bad motherfucker, bro. Like he said, he can do it all, bro. He can fight in the inside, he can fight from the middle, he can fight from the outside. And I do agree with A17 to where he do take it to give it, right? He take it to give it, but it's against. He want to prove his point, like you say. I want to do some shit that nobody has ever done to the opponents that he's facing. So he understand that part, right? He understand that. Okay, if that motherfucker hit me, I know he can't hurt me. You feel me? So he knew Postal couldn't hurt him. He knew that, right? So going in, you not strategizing, you fighting, bro. And that's what he did. He fought his ass because he wanted to stop his ass. I feel like, and I understand what Batman's saying as well. My dude A17, rest in peace to Bat. I understand what you're saying, A1, where you had a lot of, you know what I'm saying? You look at his potential to say, I feel like he was going to stop him a little earlier because what he was coming with, and with the poster that was in the ring. You ain't going to make it like it was the same poster from back in the days, but it ain't no bad
Thank
poster.
you, Monty.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no bad poster neither. Like he just got his ass beat the fuck up and he was just, you know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. But, at the end of the day, he went in there and he did something nobody did. He stopped his ass. When people try to put that on, y'all said that about Bud and Porter. You know what I'm saying? They try to flip that shit the same way. So You got to give him his just doing his credit. He still stopped his ass. But it's just the mindset of Gary Antuanne Russell, bro. His mindset is different to where he's hunting. He got that young hungry blood in him. He's hunting. You know, they lost their father. They lost Batman. So right now they fighting with a big ass chip on their shoulder, bro. This shit become bigger than boxing to them. And you see them in the corner to where they want to prove something. They already feel like they, you know what I'm saying, the boxing world is fucking them over. They're not stupid. They're not dumb to the fact, you know, of what's been going on with their big brother. And he been making sacrifices for them. You know what I mean? Because he want them to get put in a better light. So, you know, he hold back on what he's saying. Because what he's saying ain't like he just talk bullshit, Gary Russell Jr. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had opportunities to do certain shit, they didn't take advantage of because the money went right. But at the same time, it don't mean that he's wrong on the shit that he was saying. And he ain't want to get deep in the hole with these motherfuckers to worry it, you know, trickle down to his little brother. Because he always said that shit, though. If people go back and look at him, my two little brothers coming, they better than me. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with that, right? I ain't gonna say Gary Antonio, we got to see more from him, but I do think Gary Antuanne Russell is better than Gary Russell Jr. I feel like he's a bigger, stronger fighter. You know what I'm saying? I do think Tank will beat Gary Russell Jr. I do think Tank will probably knock out Gary Russell Jr. But Gary Antuanne Russell, Tank got his fucking hands filled. That's a fact. That motherfucker there is I told Bet he's a fucking stud, bro. He's a fucking killer. His mindset, his mentality, bro, the way he carry himself, the way, you know how intelligent the Russell are, bro. You know how they live by their philosophy, they family oriented, and they live by their talk. They about their life. You know what I'm saying? All they is about their life, bro. They built like that. They really built.
And Gary Antuanne keep a mean mug on his face.
Yeah, them some niggas I can see myself hanging out with, right? I love Tank to death. But I don't know, you know what I mean? Me and Tank, but the Russells, yeah, I can see myself in that mix. I feel like I can mix with them niggas because the way they carry themselves, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we all can adapt to that shit. So, yeah, I fuck with Gary Antuanne, you know, hard, bro. And I was gonna talk to Key behind the scenes about some of that shit, but it's like we gotta help push, even though they don't want to talk, you know what I'm saying? We gotta just push their ass anyway. Because they real as fuck. They real as fuck, and even though motherfuckers might not like how they come off to some of these weak-minded motherfuckers, right? If you fuck with them, they gonna fuck with you forever, bro. That's them the type of dudes they is. If you fuck with them, they gonna fuck with you forever. You know what I'm saying? They just want to know that motherfuckers got their best interests at heart, because they do feel like the black wolf of this fucking boxing game, to where they not getting the respect that they deserve and things of that nature. So Gary Russell, he gonna go out there. If he do the, well, I know he finna fuck Ranches around. I know he finna beat the shit out of him, bro. And I like that. He was once a hot commodity in the game, big time. You know what I'm saying? Until we seen what happened with him and fucking my man Bunny, right? That shit with the snooze fest. But if he gonna go ahead and try to fuck that boy, you know, Ransom can't crack like that. So he gonna run through that. Then after that, we gonna see what's next for him. But I fuck with Antoine Russell hard, bro. I do believe, I do believe he can take out everybody, bro. I think he can beat every motherfucker, but it just gonna have to be like A17 says, you got to stop taking those punches to give it and use his IQ and not just try to, you know what I'm saying, run through motherfuckers. But you know, you fight every other fight different. So you know, with Powell, we might switch his name with him. So we'll just see how it turn out with him though.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing him put on a hell of a game plan, bro. And with this fight coming up, the first fight with his pops being gone, Bet being gone, I'm looking forward to him going out there doing something really bad to this boy, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but I fuck with JR Hippie, bro.
Oh, this from 2017.
Yeah, man. I agree, man. But we just gotta, help push him and hope that he get these fights, because he's a hell of a fighter, and we need to see him in the ring with the top guys at 140. You know what I'm saying? I don't see one of them big heads at 135 saying, you know what, if you think you're tough, move down and we can get to stepping. I don't see nobody at 135 doing that, So yeah, it's some great fights for him at 140. You feel me? You got Regis Prograis. I know Regis would take that smoke. That's a hell of a fight to me. Him and Regis.
Big fight too.
Subriel Matisse.
He'll walk Regis to me.
You got Subriel Matisse. That's a good fight, hell of a fight, So it's some fights for him to shine. It's just, is PBC gonna do what they got to do to get him these fights? We got to see. Because honestly, like I told Batman, I knew that he was fighting Rancis Bartholomew. I knew that they was fighting a long time ago. And I told Batman, I said, Batman, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, man, why you call me with that shit, bro? I said, man, I was mad because and I wasn't mad at Gary Antuanne Russell. I was mad at PBC because, bro, why are you putting him in the ring with a fucking Francis Bartholomew? That's some throwaway shit. That's some shit like, we just going, you know what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck about you. We just gonna put you in the ring with him to get you out of the way so we can say that we gave you a fight. That's that type of shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, we just gonna give you a Francis Bartholomew just to say that we gave you a fight. Since since last time we kept you out of the ring over a year. And
but Kinfolk, real quick, I was just gonna say, remember, that's what money used to always tell Big Bro though. Money used to always tell Big Bro, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. Take that shit, smash his motherfucking ass and say, bring me another one, because eventually you all gonna have to see me. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but they doing Gary Antuanne wrong already, bro. He only got 15 fights. And he been a professional since what? 2016.
Facts.
You got talent like that. If you have a talent like that on your roster, you supposed to have him, right, fight every 2-3 months, just like Top Rank do with they talented fighters. You see Keyshawn Davis, he in your face every time you turn around. Keyshawn Davis fight. Keyshawn Davis again. Keyshawn.
Keith, let me ask you this. Let me ask you real quick. Do you think Steven Espinoza, how long he been in the game with Showtime? You know what I'm saying? Let me land it. How long he been in the game with Showtime? And as far as him, his emergence, as far as his personality, who he is, we've been able to see his face more times than not these last couple of years, right? You know what I'm saying? Regardless as to what's been going on in boxing or whatever. Now, you can say the Russell family been getting fucked over for a long time. Before then, who was we really seeing as the face of boxing when it came to PBC or Showtime or anything? It was Floyd motherfucking Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby them. You know what I'm saying? And what did Mickey Bay tell us? If you on that nigga bad side, it ain't good in the world of boxing. Niggas start fucking with you. So I'm just gonna ask, and you could probably answer this better than anybody. You or Money, you know what I'm saying? Do you think now Steven Espinoza may, you know what I'm saying, be more inclined to do more now that he getting out there more? Do you think that has something to do with it, and who actually controlling or running shit now? You think the networks having more of a say than they was back in the gap when it comes to the fighters?
Well, I think that not when it comes to fighters like Gary, right? I think that Steven Espinoza, I think he at the forefront when it comes to these bigger fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like a Tank Davis and Erro Spence and, them type of big fighters. The Jake Pauls, or, the big names and shit, I think that's when he's more at the forefront, I think the guys like Gary Antuanne and guys like that, they just deal with them when they can deal with them. That's why we see him fighting the Francis Bartholomew. You don't go from a Victor Postal and then go back all the way down to fucking Francis Bartholomew. That's not how you build a fighter like that. He fought Victor Postal. Now his name was buzzing. You come right back 3 months later and you supposed to put him in with somebody that got a bigger name.
Like top rank structure.
I don't think Francis is like a big ass drop off though. Key. I think he's a former world champion, and he has I ain't gonna say got the biggest fan base, but he still got a skill set on him where it's credible for Gary Antuanne Russell if he go out there and beat the shit out of him and stop him. Because I don't think Francis ever been stopped in boxing. I think he got one loss on his right? If I'm not mistaken.
I'll be mixing them Bartholomew's up. I ain't gonna lie to you, Money.
Yeah, so Francis is the one that fought Bunny. He's the former world champion, bro. So Francis is the better, bro.
One of them be getting his ass beat all the time.
That's the other one.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Francis got prestige, bro. So it's like this fight can actually set him up for a world title. You know what I mean? Or put you in that hunt for a title contention. So this the red that can fight. Remember, just had that snooze fest with him and Bunny ass when they was in that motherfucker. Draw. So he got Francis got a little clout on him. So
because ain't they twins?
No, they not twins. But the other one, I know you're talking about. His ass ain't cut like that. The little brother.
Yeah, that's who I see. I be getting them mixed
Yeah,
up.
that love brother. That's that Southpaw.
Yeah, Rance is a Southpaw too. I think.
Is he?
Okay, yeah, he only got okay. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm gonna take that back because I got them mixed up because I thought it was the Rances that the other one he a throwaway.
I think both of their names is that too.
Nah, his name Rance. The other one name I can't get it though. I can't get.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking of the other one because the other one now I'm like, man, they gonna give him this throwaway. You know what I'm saying? Like an old rusty pistol and shit.
I actually love Rance.
France.
Look, Rance is the one that fought Agenas Mendez, and he was beating his ass the first fight, and then they disqualified him. He came back, whipped his ass the second fight at 135. Like his ass can fight his ass off. It's just that he trying to get his comeback too because everybody booed him and Robert Easter ass because they ass really didn't want to throw no punches in that fight.
Okay, he got some names on this shit. Okay, so Rances is 29-1, right? With 15 KOs. So he got a good record and he beat Robert Easter. Well, he really beat Robert. They called it a draw, but he beat Robert Easter.
Yeah, I agree.
He beat Relic. Remember Carell Relic? Oh no, he lost to Relic.
Yeah.
He beat Relic and then he lost to him. He beat Mickey Bay. He beat Dennis Shafikar. That's a good win right there.
Yeah.
He beat Antonio DeMarco. So he got Argenis Mendez. Yeah.
Twice.
Yep, you're right.
They got a draw. He beat
he do. He got some good. He got some names.
So he got some names.
He got some decent wins.
He got some decent wins. Yeah. See, I had him mixed up with the other dude, with the other Rances, or Bartholomew. What's his name? Francis.
Right. But the reason why I say, like I said with Postal, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel the same thing. You know what I'm saying? With the level of fighter he is, that's why I said it like that. Like he gonna beat the shit out of Rances. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like you want to make a statement, especially losing their pops, bro. Like. Man, I think you want to do something.
Amazing, yeah.
Man, but let's and y'all hit the like. Y'all smash on my like button, Please smash the like button if y'all ain't smashed the like. We finna really cook now, right? Now, it's been a lot of back and forth. And I'm gonna let y'all know with all the other fights because I told y'all before, I don't think that Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia not gonna happen. That's all, Oscar De La Hoya. He don't want that fight to go down. I don't think that's going to happen. And it's a lot of other fights. Jamal Charlo, he on here capping, talking about he want to all of a sudden fight Demetrius Andrade. That shit ain't going to happen. It's a lot of fights that we is getting some fights, but like the big fights that's on the tip of everybody's tongue, is most of them, they ain't gonna happen no time soon. And now we got Erro Spence and Terence Crawford. Now, I'm not saying that Erro Spence and Terence Crawford ain't gonna happen. That's not what I'm saying. But now, with all this back and forth, a lot of people feel that it ain't gonna happen. Right? And you got Terence Crawford. He's asking for more money than he's ever asked for. Of course, it's an Erro Spence fight. Right, but what I'm getting right is he's trying to go to PBC and make them change how they doing business. Right now, all of a sudden, you know what? I'm demanding 20 mil up front, plus a 50-50 on the back end. You heard Bernie loud ass mouth say, "Hey, the man, I talked to the man. It's he talking about this 50-50. They deserve 50-50 or no fight." You feel me? We hearing inside news that, it's different things. You hearing that, the fight is still, in works. The fight's still probably going to happen. Then you hear inside news that say, hey, it don't look like this fight going to happen. You got cats like Bob Arum, and you got cats like, it's a whole lot of people saying, you know what? I don't know if this fight gonna happen.
You get my text key?
Huh? Yeah. I got it. I don't know if this fight gonna happen. That's what a lot of people kind of, like I said, it's split down the middle. It's 50-50. You got people that saying, yeah, this shit gonna happen. And you got people saying it ain't gonna happen. Then you got people saying, well, it'll happen, but we don't think it's gonna happen this year. Nah, First of all, it got to happen this year. For sure. It got to happen this year. You know what I'm saying? The fans' interest is going to start dying down if it don't happen this year. Secondly, it's been debates on if it don't happen, whose fault is it? And I don't understand why is people arguing about that, because we know whose fault it is if it don't happen. You got a man with no home, right? That's just like me, right? If I don't have a home and money say, you know what? You come on my crib and you come on my crib and stay. You come on my, and I get the money crib, I get to the door, I'm at the door and I start making demands. Money say you got to take your shoes off when you come in my crib. And I say, hey, I ain't taking my motherfucking shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to wear my shoes. Matter of fact, I'm going to put some motherfucking boots on. You know what? I'm going to your refrigerator, eating up your shit. And Money say, well, you know, that's cool. You can have whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But after 12 o'clock, you ain't nobody allowed in my kitchen. And I say, you know what? Well, I'm changing the rules because I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating up shit and I'm eating up shit at 1 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bumping my motherfucking music loud. Now, I'm in his shit, making rules. I'm changing shit. I ain't got no fucking home, but I'm changing shit in his house. You know what I'm saying? Now, Money got, he can say, get your shit and leave anytime he want to. And that's what Bud is doing. You can't go to Al Heyman house and say, you know what? I want this. I want that. And I know y'all don't do business like that. I know that y'all ain't paying, you know, nobody no 25 mil up front. If it ain't, and don't come with that Canelo shit, because Canelo is a whole different type of sale. That's a whole different type. So I know a lot of people, wait, but Canelo, that's not an argument with me. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare Canelo and Terence Crawford in the same sentence when it comes to sales and draw. That's not even an argument. So let's cut that shit out right away. Now, so you come, right, and you're trying to change the way they do business. Now, you know that they've been doing business this way ever since PBC, you know what I'm saying, became in existence, right? They'll pay you up front. They're going to pay you up front. We might give you 5-6 million. But hey, if you can hold the weight down, you can hold your own. The sky's the limit on what you can make on the back end. That's just how they do business. Now you come in, your biggest payday ever was 6 million up front. That was your biggest payday. And you ain't getting no back end because you can't get a back end on a motherfucking fight that your own promoter said that he lost money doing. He said that he's lost money on every pay-per-view event that he's put Terence Crawford in. He's been in the red. So it wasn't no motherfucking back end. You was getting the 4 millions, another 3.5 million, 4 million, and then your biggest one was with Sean Porter. You got 6. The paperwork don't lie. You submitted that paperwork. You feel me? The paperwork don't lie. So he got 6. So that was his biggest payday. Now you go from 6 to 25 and back in. So then motherfuckers want to argue talking about, oh, it's on Erro Spence if this fight don't happen. We ain't heard Erro Spence complaining about nothing. We hear Erro Spence said the fight gonna happen. Shit, if I got anything to do with it, the fight gonna happen. Erro Spence ain't complaining about nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just like, hey, shit, let's get this popping. But you got Bernie, big head ass, you know what I'm saying? You got Bernie. I talked to the man. You know, you heard the man. The man say.
Like I say.
And you know, like I say. And you know, but the man, and he don't want it. Errol Spence don't want it.
And Keith,
Like, you know,
Bernie don't have no info on nothing but you can tell.
Bernie is saying that, right? So Bernie is saying that, look, it's the paper. They got to give Bud what he want and Bud this, and then he come out and he say, look, I'm speaking on Bud's behalf. I'm telling y'all how Bud feel. I'm telling y'all how Bud feel. So if Bud feel that way, bro, but you turn around before and you said, hey, if it was in my shoes, I don't care what I make. I'll take anything because I know I can beat him. I know I can beat him. Well, if you said that shit, stick to it. Demand the $6 million that you made from Top Rank and then get your back end. They already told you they're going to give you 50-50 on the back end. I don't see what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see what the problem is. And people need to understand, I really don't care what damn one of these dudes make. You feel me? Because ain't damn one of them send me a motherfucking check out of their purse. That's just what it is. I don't care if
somebody
Terence,
shit.
I don't care if Terence Crawford make more than Erro Spence or Erro Spence make more than Terence Crawford. At the end of the day, I don't care. But we talk about this shit because this could be a deciding factor on that stops the fight. Because if Terence Crawford stand on his square and say, you know what, and I'm just putting a number out there, right? I'm not in the negotiation room, but I'm just saying, if he stand on the square and like, hey, you know what, if y'all ain't giving me that 20, at least
RP,
20
that's
mil,
you.
if y'all ain't giving me at least
bro.
20 mil, hold on, somebody, y'all got to cut your mic off. If y'all ain't giving me at least 20 mil up front, it ain't no fight. If that could stop the fight, because the thing is they're not gonna take a chance on something they don't know how much money they're gonna make. And I'm talking about the networks. They know what Erro Spence is good for. They know what number he good for on pay-per-view. They say, okay, he's good for 350. We're gonna say, you know, he good for 350. Terence Crawford, we'll say, we'll give him, he good for 120, right? But see, what a lot of people don't understand is those two fighters share the same fan base. They share the same fan base. They really do. So you put them together, right? They're not gonna estimate over what it's gonna do. They always gonna estimate under to save their ass. So let's say they doing the numbers and you put both of the fighters together because they share the same fan base, and then you'll add some casuals that you know might latch on to the fight, right? So then you got, let's say, 400,000 pay-per-view buys. Well, with that being said, with that estimate, how you gonna pay Terence Crawford 25 mil up front and back end? And then if you pay him that, Errol Spence, the A side, you gotta at least pay him that or more. So that's the problem. So that's what they keep telling you, that this is a problem with the fight. They share the same fan base. That's just what it is, motherfuckers. And I'm sick of motherfuckers talking about, well, man, what they did for Canelo. They got to return back from Canelo and some with Canelo and Plant, right? You got a whole motherfucking country that take pride into buying pay-per-views to support their fighter. They do. If you talk to a motherfucking Mexican, they'll tell you, hey, we're going to pay for it because we take pride in that shit. Shit, we ain't got motherfucking superstars in the NBA and the NFL wrecking shit. We take pride in this boxing shit. So if one of ours is fighting, we're going to pay for it. But I don't give a fuck what nobody think. A lot of us do. I pay for pay-per-view. Maybe everybody on this panel do. But I'm going to tell you, most of you niggas ain't paying for pay-per-views. You just not. When you in your own home and you have the ability, right, to get that shit for free and tell everybody that you bought it, because ain't nobody looking at your fucking cable bill. You gonna get that shit for free. And you probably gonna tell everybody you bought it. But I know when the numbers come out, most of you niggas is streaming. Now, as far as the live gate, yeah, that shit gonna be popping. But they looking at pay-per-view numbers. Niggas can say what they want, but I'm not lying. When them numbers come out, you niggas ain't buying pay-per-views. You're streaming. Oh, well, man, if it was Terence Crawford and Erro Spence, I'll pay for it. No, you ain't. You're going to stream that shit just like you did with everything else. That you can't. Come on, man. Don't lie to me. You know what I'm saying? You niggas can lie all you want to, but you're going to stream that shit if you have the choice. Now, if they could cut them streams off like they did with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, then you niggas would get to acting frantic and shit. Like, oh shit, what we gonna do? Hey, bro, you watching the fight? You paying for the fight? Nah, man, I ain't. Oh shit, man, you gonna start calling around, seeing where you can get it for free at, seeing if you can go to a restaurant, and then you gonna buckle down and pay for the shit. That's the only way that them pay-per-view numbers is gonna be sky high. But you niggas ain't paying for pay-per-view. You say all you want to, and I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I'm talking about us as in the masses.
Right.
Us as in the masses. We ain't paying for pay-per-views. That's just what it is. You know, but man, 817, I'm gonna go ahead and let you cook. No, you know what? I'm gonna go from the bottom. I'm gonna start in a different order this time.
Yeah. Let me go last, fam.
I'm gonna go to OTB. I'm gonna go to money, then RP, and then I'm gonna go from the bottom up. Or yeah.
Well, shit. Well, it's I definitely agree with you, bro. I agree with everything you said. I can't, like, shit, ain't no way in logic, yeah, I mean, that you can disagree with this shit. All I can say is, you understand, I just can't go with the I can't give Bernie the credibility knowing that, yeah, I mean, he got an agenda as well. He got a purpose in pushing that bullshit that he pushed. So as much as, yeah, I mean, I can hope that it ain't true. The truth is, shit, if it is, then that's obviously you trying not to make this fight happen versus, you understand, another party obviously trying to make it happen. And we know how much that's going to discredit your legacy. So shit, I just don't see the logic in it. Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, I really don't. I don't see no way that you cut that pie that you end up feeling like you deserve what this man deserved. And obviously he set the table, he made the table, shit, and gave you a plate. So you understand, take your plate, you gotta come back for seconds. But at this point, you understand, I feel like y'all really scared the casual fan away from the fight. So the extra casual fans that y'all expecting to get in the process of this fight being made, shit, you gonna scare away, making them think that the shit ain't happening. And that's just due to y'all not going about this shit the right way. We can't get no announcement. Don't nobody have no validity to whether the fight done, whether it's not done. Like shit, y'all got the whole boxing stage in a uproar because y'all either don't want to announce the shit or either somebody not trying to make it happen. And this fight obviously not being made. So, man, I'm just displeased and now as a boxing fan that we not able to actually talk about this fight and make our plans to be at this fight by now. So shit, they really going with inside the 30-60 day mark with me as far as not even making this fight not even being a possibility. Shit, you let this shit push in the September, October, I'm not inclined to believe we gonna get that fight this year once we don't get an announcement by then. So I hope that it's a big abracadabra coming, and I hope that, you understand, next week or in the upcoming weeks we can laugh about, you understand, actually not thinking that this shit was gonna happen.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna pass it to money. Me personally, I think that we still gonna get the fight because in my mind, right? In my mind, if I'm Terence Crawford and I don't have no home, I'm a man without a home. I'm homeless right now, right? And I really don't have no other fights because all of the fights that's big fights is at PBC. I cannot afford to walk away from the table from PBC. I ain't got nothing else. At the end of the day, it's negotiation. So you gonna have to take what they give you. and you gonna fucking back yourself into a corner to where they gonna start offering you less and less and less. Cause you go back over there to Bob, that shit finna look real ugly on your ass.
And before I build any skepticism that this fight might not happen, I just want to remind y'all, I mean, PBC did just release, you understand, the interview with Bud, showing that, I mean, hopefully within that time period, like some shit, they had to have a reason to release that, you understand? And in that interview, he ain't say nothing that inclined me to think that this fight won't happen. And I ain't seen nothing from EJ other than work out of these two fighters. So I'm definitely inclined to think that this fight gonna happen. As far as the numbers go, shit, we all know who the A side is. We all know who's supposed to get the big cut of the pie. Go ahead, give it to him, and let's make this shit happen.
Yeah. And Blue Blood, Big Blue in the building. What's happening with you, Blue? Yeah. So and another thing, these cats coming around talking about, oh man, Bud, he deserved this, and Bud this, and his accolades, and he this, and the fight don't happen. It's on Spence. Oh, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is bullshit. Y'all out of pocket with that shit. I seen a clown ass nigga on knockout boxing shit last night. A lot of you niggas is clowns when it comes to this because you talk and you don't have no facts, and everything that come out of your mouth just sound ignorant, But it is what it is. Money. Let me read this super chat and then money you gonna cook. Upper Echelon Sports Bar. Salute to you. Salute. Yeah. Money.
Yeah, man. Look, we know for a fact, man, that EJ, and I've been telling people this. Look, this is the realest we ever been to the fight. All them years that was leading up to this shit. All you motherfuckers that keep talking about, oh, the fight has been happening for 4 or 5 years. All that weak ass shit, man. The fight only been realistic for habit. What do you call April 16th? From April 16th, when he whooped that boy ass to now. Period. Earl been telling y'all what he was gonna do, how he was going about his business, and now he on Terence Crawford ass. Right now he on his ass. So if y'all believing that Bud been wanting to fight for that bad for 4 to 5 years, and now it's realistic as it's ever been, and he's not jumping on it, it just shows you, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that shit was a little bit of just talk, but not saying he don't want the fight. Now, I still believe the fight is going to take place, man. The fight is going to take place. It's the only fight that Earl wants. It's the only fight that EJ wants. The only fight. Right now, the only fight he wants is motherfucking Terence Crawford. He don't give a fuck about no Canelo. He don't give a fuck about nobody else right now but Terence Crawford. And what Erro Spence wants, Erro Spence gets. Period, fam. What he want, he get. And they gonna find a way to make this shit happen. Yes, Bud ass is trying to play hardball right now. They trying to play as much as hardball as they can to try to get every fucking cent that they can. And it's motherfucking Bomac fat ass that's over there playing hardball. He's the manager. He's the mouthpiece for Bud. He's the one that's talking the business part of it, man. He the one that's doing all the negotiating and all that shit. And the way he negotiate, he always trying to make sure he get enough for all the fucking trainers, right? Trying to get something for the fighters, all the shit that Bomac be doing, and how he go about his business. But like I say, he's not gonna be able to pull that shit over on Al Heyman. He's not like you can do that shit with ESPN and Bob Earn, to where you can say, oh, we making this much money, and I made a hell of a deal. Trust me, I did this. It's not gonna work with PBC. It's not gonna work with Al Heyman. Al ain't gonna budge because he know the work, bro. Even with Steven Espinoza. So when it comes to the situation of the money part, right, I think they gonna get in line because they understand that these motherfuckers been doing this shit for a while. And as much as people try to make it, oh, it's PBC this, man, people ain't really complaining about PBC and they status. You got motherfuckers like Leo Santa Cruz naming his son after Al Heyman. You got Danny Garcia daddy talking about the next thing to God, motherfucker Al Heyman, who he love. So, you get a little kickback from certain people, but for us, the business side, bro, that shit always come back good. And I don't know why motherfuckers be making like the back end money is fake or some shit. Like that money ain't real. Motherfuckers always trying to talk about, Erro Spence only made 1.2 million and 2.2. Like, man, shut the fuck up if you think that man only made 1.2 or 2.2. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, count the back end, motherfucker, that you really don't want to talk about. So, man, at the end of the day, bro, I hit EJ up for a little information time to time. I ain't gonna make like it's the the biggest info, but it's shit that let me know that the fight still gonna take place, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, like Bud Crawford has nowhere else to go. He has like that motherfucker Eddie Hearn say, I can do business with Bud Crawford, but he has to be realistic about what he's asking for. Like all these promoters saying the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, what is your asking point and what you bringing in? And then when they always talking about these accolades, like I tell them, Keith, accolades don't put asses in seats, fam. It don't. Accolades don't sell no motherfucking pay-per-views. You don't see Andre Ward was a big Andre Ward was a pound for pound number one, right? But he wasn't selling out no motherfucking pay-per-views or things of that nature where he was pulling in the money like that. You feel me? You got people out here that got superstar status. You got people out here that has a better machine than others, right? And Erro Spence built this shit from the ground up, believing in himself, and he deserved what the fuck he deserved, fam. Period. He deserved what he deserved, and you cannot talk the business and not talk boxing. I don't give a fuck how much I want to say pocket watching, this, that, and the third. You got to talk the business before you even get their ass in the ring. If it ain't no business,
hey, money. A motherfucker tell you real quick how much Deshaun Jackson contract or Deshaun Watson contract worth. You feel me? But then come and say that we can't talk about the business portion of boxing that makes shit move in the sport.
Exactly, bro. So, man, PBC is not gonna let you steal no money. Showtime is not gonna let you steal no money. Steven Espinoza came out and said the man is gonna get his highest guarantee that he ever got. That's for Terence Crawford, and he getting his money on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, fam, I feel like he gonna wake his ass up and come to reality of you ain't got nowhere else to go. If you don't go fight the biggest fucking name over on the PBC status, and shouts out to Mel Cholo, undisputed. He did his thing at 54. But Erro Spence is the biggest thing over there outside. Like Wilder was the biggest because he was the heavyweight. But since Wilder took his L's, he diminished a little. And now Erro Spence is the biggest fucking name over on the PBC side. And Floyd know that shit. Al know that shit. And what Erro Spence wants, bro, Erro Spence gets, bro. So, like I say, that y'all been saying Bud been calling for the fight for 5 to 6 years. Earl been told y'all it ain't gonna happen till I want it. And when he got that third scrap, he told y'all motherfuckers he coming for that last scrap. And they ass go play ball, bro. So I ain't gonna hold it no longer. They go play ball because Bud ain't silly, he ain't stupid. Look, beating Errol Spence for undisputed is the biggest thing you can do in your entire career. Everything, all the accolades they say, got 3 divisions, former undisputed. Him beating Errol Spence is the highlight of his fucking career, and that solidified him as a Hall of Famer. He know it. That's why when he sat down with fucking Andre Ward, he said, I haven't had the big fight to solidify my Hall of Fame run. Beating Earl Spence,
knew it too, bro.
Wait a minute, OTB. Him beating Errol Spence is the highlight of his career, bro, especially for undisputed. Period. It ain't no other way around it. That's the biggest fight of his fucking career. And like you say, Key, if it don't happen, like we heard one man, Errol Spence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt, making shirts, knocking on the door, Terence Crawford. Yeah, the fight is 100% gonna happen. If it don't happen, it ain't because of me. If it don't happen, it ain't because of me. After I get this third scrap, we go see who holding up what. You know what I'm saying? Enough said, bro. If the fight don't happen, I'm crucifying Terence Crawford. There's only one man to crucify. Bud Crawford, well, 2 mans, Terence Crawford and fat ass Bowman. And I'm gonna give it to their ass too.
Let me read this super chat and then
and shouts out to Boxiana. We see you, Queen, in the chat. What's going down, Boxiana?
My man Randall Bivens, what's happening with it? He says, I believe the same ones who complain about the political landscape and don't vote is the same ones complaining about the fight but don't buy them. Keep cooking.
Motherfucking fact.
Facts.
Hey, like I said, when them pay-per-views come out, the numbers don't lie. That's just what it is. You know, and y'all gotta, like I said, they share the same fan base. But let me see. Let me move to. I'm gonna let Knockout. I'm gonna let him slide in on this, and then I'm gonna go to RP 1126.
Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me good, bro?
Yes, sir.
Already, bro. So look, man. Shout out to Key. Shout out to Money 817 OTB, RPG, and then the other brother on the panel and everybody in the chat, man. Y'all smash this man like button and subscribe to the channel. Look, bro. Like at the end of the day, if Bud get 50-50 or whatever the pay-per-view split is, I don't care, bro. I just want to see the fight. But at the end of the day, a lot of y'all is weird to me because I don't know how y'all get down, but if it's a Whataburger up the street for me. If I want some Whataburger, what's stopping me from getting Whataburger? I gotta do certain shit. I gotta get in my car. I gotta turn that motherfucker on. I gotta drive to Whataburger. I gotta get me some Whataburger, bro. So when I want something, I see what's keeping me from getting it, and then I do the necessary things to get that shit. So when I talk money, and I'm sure when money talks money, and when Key talk money, when I start talking about the business of boxing, I'm looking at the shit and I'm talking about the business because I believe that's what's keeping me from getting what I want. And what I want is Terence Bud Crawford versus Erro Spence. And the numbers are undeniable. Again, I don't care. But if the fight don't happen because somebody is pushing too hard to get so much money, and I can see that they getting their ass outsold by $61 million in pay-per-view revenue, I can see that the other person sold more pay-per-views in one fight than the other person did in their entire career. And this ain't my opinion, bro. These is facts. All you need is a calculator, and you need to have passed elementary math to understand this shit, bro. It's just that simple. So when I see that shit, if Bud can go in there and he can negotiate and he can get the biggest bag possible, bro, more power to you. Congratulations to you and your team. You didn't really have no leverage. You went in there, you did your thing, and you got that shit. But if for some reason this shit fall through and the reports came out just like they came out for Canelo and Caleb Plant, PBC reports and all these reports and these sources came out, yo, we offered Canelo this, we offered him that, we offered him this. What people do, like, damn, Canelo, like, shit, like, they offered you all that shit, you need to take this fight. Like, what else could you ask for? So if some reports come out and we don't get, and I don't get what I want, and I see the reports and they like, yo, we offered Terence Crawford $15 million guaranteed and 45%, but he was pushing for 50-50, so the fight ain't happening. Yo, we offered Terence Bud Crawford $9 million guaranteed and 40%, or we offered him $20 million guaranteed and 40%, but he was pushing for 50-50. He deserved to get cooked, bro, because they was offering him some shit that was beyond fair. There was more money than he ever made in his life, bro. If you get offered more money than you ever made in your life and you turn that shit down, and the biggest legacy fight of your career, so it don't matter what you care about. If you care about legacy, this the biggest fight of your career. Money said it best, like, this your opportunity to become undisputed. First man to do some shit that only Clarissa Shields has done 2 times in the 4-belt era. This your opportunity to do that. So if it's the legacy shit, it's the biggest legacy fight of your career. If it's the money shit, bro, if you get whatever guarantee, because Espinosa says you're going to get your biggest guarantee. Your biggest guarantee plus whatever the pay-per-view split is. If it's 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, whatever it is, like we playing hide and seek in this motherfucker, counting by 5, whatever it is, bro, that's more money than you ever made. So if it comes out and this shit falls through and I don't get the fight, I've been asking folks since I started my channel, if I don't get that shit because your ass was pushing for 49% and they was only willing to give you 45, or you was pushing for 50 and they was only willing to give you 43, nigga, that's on you, Terence Bud Crawford. And I ain't trying to hear shit that nobody got to say about no accolades, no, he knocked everybody out at 147. Spence gave Ugas 50-50. All that shit been debunked. And if you don't know it by now, your ass just stupid. And if you got a problem with it, everybody know where I'm at. And I'm
damn.
I think David Carey, he got a problem with it. David Carey says Spence is a 154 fighter who ran down to 147 because he can't weight bully at that middleweight. But hey, you see how they come in here and they talk about nothing that we talking about.
Yeah, make
that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing we're talking about.
Y'all make Bud fans look bad and
like,
feel
bro, they
bad
come in here with the shit that don't have nothing to do with shit
no
we
logical
talking about.
explanations or nothing. Like, man, come on, man. And I ain't gonna hold you. We know about Spence starting out with the zone at 154. You're gonna need some facts to support that.
You said the zone?
I mean, Golden Boy, like, my bad. Golden Boy. You know they all the same. Golden Boy, the zone. Yeah, man.
The zone, nigga.
It's the same side of the street.
I mean, a lot of fighters.
And just real
see,
quick,
what people need to understand
too, Keith.
is
that's
a
some
lot of fighters
too, Keith. That's some bullshit too. He had
been at 147.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Ain't nobody
a lot of fighters, when they come in, right, when they start their career, they take fights at whatever weight they can get it at. I mean, a lot of fighters do that shit. You gonna tell me that Sean Porter is a middleweight? He a 160-pound fighter because he fought at once. Come on, man. Like that shit is stupid as fuck. That's some stupid shit to even come in and say that shit if you know anything about boxing. A lot of fighters do that shit when they start their career. They, you know what I'm saying? They just getting their foot in the door. Let me get a fight at whatever weight that they got for me.
Key, you can't say that shit when he been there for 10 years, ain't never missed weight.
That's them Bud Fagonites, man.
Right.
10 years ain't never missed weight. Y'all know how hard it is to stay at the same
but these
fucking weight.
motherfuckers still talking about he a middleweight.
For
Bruh,
10
he, whatever weight that he come in at when the motherfucking scale is put up at the weigh-in. That's what weight he at.
Exactly, bro.
10 years.
You never heard no Erro Spence. You never heard no Erro Spence. Oh, you have an hour or 2 hours to make weight. Now, right. He made weight on every first try.
Fact. And I fuck with Bud, y'all know that, but I ain't gonna. We can't argue that, y'all. That's reaching, and that's reaching when we ain't got to reach. Damn, just give them what they want, man. We gonna win this shit in the ring. Y'all tripping.
Boy, I heard OTB tomorrow coming back for second. Ain't gonna be no seconds. Man, get his ass. It's over for him, baby. That look
man, two time.
The boy gonna get his motherfucking eyeball snatched out his head.
The 4-belt era. Then we gonna go fuck Charlo up because he got the same problem EJ do.
Hey, that boy finna get the eyeball smashed out his
time undisputed. Head. Man, y'all know he is boxing legend, legacy. Like, man, that's a legendary status, man. You 3-time undisputed.
3 times.
3 times.
That motherfucker ain't do no 3 times nothing.
Ooh, you get 3 times. You gotta tell Sugar Ray Robinson, get out my seat. Get your old ass out my seat. Get your ass out my seat, man.
Like she talking about you got the lavish rich man background. Hell no.
3 times. 3 times run this motherfucking mouth trying to get that 25 million up front. That's about it. That shit ain't coming.
And the new.
Hey, like I said, OTB, hold your motherfucking breath on that shit, and you ain't gonna have no more channel. We ain't gonna hear from OT. Man, man, what happened to OTB? Oh, he died of suffocation. Motherfucking hold your breath on that, you gonna die of suffocation for real.
OTB, I ran out of flowers to give out. I got no more flowers to give out.
Oh shit! I'm telling you, man. What's up, Cassandra?
Salute the Queen Cassandra in the building.
Yeah, man. Let me pass it, man. Let's let RP 1126 jump in this thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, just like Erro said, man, like he said it. Like if it ain't the fight don't happen, it ain't because of me. It's just simple as that. Like, what's the problem? What's the holdup? I mean, like I thought he said that a long time ago when they was face to face. He said, "Don't price yourself out." Didn't he say that? So I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm just ready to see it. That's it. I got Erro winning the fight. That's it.
I mean, I want some Bud fans because I was watching Knockout. Man, them motherfuckers come in there talking cash shit.
Look,
Hey, them Bud fans be scared to get on the panel with me. Them
I see one in the chat, Keith. But why you just won't click the link?
They can't say shit, man.
Not stir that boy so hard.
It ain't nothing the Bud fans can say, man.
That nigga told
His
Knockout,
back against the wall.
kick me out, motherfucker. Kick me out.
Kick me out, kick me out then. That motherfucker say receipts don't matter.
That nigga pulled a big Floyd, Keith. Put me out your gym, punk. Oh, shit, man.
Oh, shit, well, kick me out then.
That nigga not gonna say, one thing I'm gonna do, you ain't gonna overtalk me on my shit. I'm gonna get my shit off, man. So you gonna listen when I gotta get my shit off, or you can roll. Well, make me roll here, punk.
Hey, Knockout had way more punches than me. Hey,
nigga got
Knockout had
mad as
way
shit.
more patience than me. He would have been all type of bitches and hoes and tumble bitches.
Man,
and
hold
shit.
on, y'all, man. Because
That
homie
why
came,
With
homie,
me.
homie sent the
that
peace
why they
offering
won't that
today.
why they won't
Knockout.
come mess with you, Keith. That why they won't come
And
mess
he
with you
would
because
have
they
been
know you
all
gonna
type of
cuss them out.
bitches, hoes with a
Man,
whole
homie
bunch of
came
shit on
today
top
with
of
a
fucking with me.
whole peace
That crazy
offering.
shit he was talking.
That
Did
nigga
you
was
accept the
wild.
peace offering, man? Did you accept
Man,
the peace offering?
nah, I don't fuck with fake shit, bro. I don't do that shit, bro. Like we can I disagree with a nigga all day, but I don't do the fake shit, bro. Like
Say stand on what you stand
yeah,
on, huh,
yeah,
Knock?
that bit that
Say
breed
once
that
it's fuck me, it's
the
fuck you
moment
for
a
life.
nigga the moment a nigga make a video about me or it's fuck me, man, it's gonna be fuck you forever, bro. Like I ain't nah.
Hey,
Dude,
I guess a nigga
I
made
done had
a
yelling
nigga
matches.
did a
I
whole
done
live
had yelling
stream.
matches. I had yelling matches with Keith. I done had yelling matches with Money. Niggas ain't never did no sucker shit. We just disagree on the topic, and then the next day is what's up.
Hey,
What we
niggas be
talking about today.
hey,
So,
these dudes on YouTube be weirding the motherfucker. A nigga went and did a whole video on me and Money. I ain't even know about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody watching that bullshit. But you know, and I was on the panel with him on Scotty shit. And it was all, oh man, I love what you're doing, and this, and that, and this, and that, and man, yeah, keep doing your thing. Then you gonna turn around and make a whole video on me and Money. I said, these dudes be weird as hell. Ain't nobody thinking about your ass.
Let me tell you,
Man,
Keith.
bro was weird, y'all, when he
You call me
told bro to
ugly,
fuck the
brother. You
receipts.
call me ugly. You call me ugly, brother. I need to know what type of man is looking at another man like that, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And then like Brown, you can't even walk, homie. So you know, you lucky, homie, that you know, I changed my style, homie. You know what I mean? But what you gonna do, homie? What you gonna do when Spence retired, though? You know, I'm making moves, man. It's the Jags, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck out of here.
Man, bro.
Man, that motherfucker said fuck the receipts, man. I ain't never met a fan base that say fuck the facts. Like when like man, I gotta give it the bud, man. I'm curious. I want to interview some of them and see, you understand, at what point you became infatuated with this man more than the sport itself. Like shit, that's a like is it a homosexual thing? Like I'm curious, yeah. We don't see shit like this in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Streets don't let you forget about the truth. Shit.
Hey,
Streets
man.
gonna remind your ass about the truth.
Let me get let me see RP 1126.
He went already.
Oh yeah, he went.
Yeah, I went.
Let me go to my man Ben. What you got on this, man?
Yo, I think y'all scared to say what the what the ultimatum might be if this Bud and Spence fight don't happen. It's Kinahan.
Bro, don't bring up
Kinahan.
I don't think he got.
But look.
No, we got a no rap policy.
I'm gonna say this.
We don't talk about.
I'm gonna say this. From what I see, like media wise, from YouTube and reporters, the fight is on. I hope I'm wrong about this because I did a video on my channel like 3 weeks ago talking about what Steven Espinoza said the night of Spencer Ugas, that he said if Kinahan was involved, it ain't no deal. Now, what I was also saying too was I hope that whatever Bud's connection with Kinahan was, it's not enough to where they can lag the fight on. I hope it's enough to where they can catch it now, cut it out, and they can still make this fight happen by the end of this year. But if it's anything beyond that, we may not never see this fight. And I'm gonna just keep it real.
Bro,
We still got that.
Anything to do with it, bro. And MTK Global had anything to do with it, you'll be hearing.
I mean,
around a negotiation somewhere. Like that, Bud
ain't got wrong. I mean, we'll find out later. But I mean, even I'm saying now, like as so far what I see, everything seems to be lining up with the fight. But if it doesn't happen, it's Daniel Kinahan. Now look,
no,
man,
I don't know.
No,
Look, I don't know if look, I don't know if y'all subscribe to Art Hostage, but he be on Drew channel every once in a while. And he had a good ass point. Now look, and this another thing. A lot of people don't know who Daniel Kinahan is. They say Daniel Kinahan got at least over 300 current boxes that he's advising. Now, this is what Art Hostage on his channel said.
Bro, you just said they say. You know what I mean?
No, but look,
that's the same thing they start conspiracy cases under. So
no, but look, everything is starting to add up though. Everything is slowly starting to add up. It's starting to make sense. Now look, what he was saying was with these fighters that Kinahan got that he's advising, they go all over the country, right? Kinahan is a known criminal. He's a drug dealer. What now? What if
allegedly?
Alleged.
Bro,
allegedly.
I'm gonna say that, bro. Whatever Kinahan doing and whatever the fuck he done did, that's his business, bro. I ain't no motherfucking detective.
Got nothing to do with that.
But look, what if Bud is in the middle of it?
Show Big Meat all the love in the world. And when it comes to Dan Kinahan, he's just so much of a bad motherfucker now.
Yeah, I can't. You feel me?
I feel you, Ben, but I can't really rock with that, bro.
Yeah,
Look, I'm not saying that's the whole. I'm not saying that's it. I'm just saying what if. Look, like I'm just saying what if, because look, everybody been saying that the fight is on, but it's been no announcement since April. All I'm saying is this is just what I'm saying. What if this is the case? Why it's stalling? That's just all I'm saying. And then look, a lot of this shit is slowly starting to make sense. Now look, what I was about to say is with these boxers, the Kinahan advising, they go all over the world fighting and everything. What if? I'm just saying, what if, yo?
Bro,
these boxers.
Hold on, bro. I'm from Cincinnati. You know the story of Aaron Pryor and the black bottle?
What if these boxers are out here doing? What if these boxers are out here doing what Kinahan want them to do while they're out the country? You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say this right, bro.
Like, what if he using boxers as mules?
Well, I'm gonna say this, Ben. Let me say that real quick, man.
Hey,
boxing had been corrupt. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking sanctioning bodies is corrupt. All the boxing is corrupt. Daniel Kinahan and whoever else ain't the only one. I don't think that this fight.
Nah, hell no. It's way more than Kinahan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I don't think that this fight, if this fight fall out, I don't think it got nothing to do with Daniel Kinahan and whatever he had going on. Like I said, that shit ain't none of my business, bro. Like I said, but you know. I don't think that got nothing to do with Daniel Kinahan. I think it got everything to do with Bud Crawford, right? Asking for shit that he know he can't get. But I think the fight gonna happen because he ain't got nowhere else to go. I mean, you know, whatever he took from Daniel Kinahan or allegedly took or people think he took, that ain't got shit to do with nothing because, I mean, shit. Unless Bud was involved in some shit directly, which he ain't, that man a boxer. It ain't got shit to do with nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If I take some bread from OTB and OTB, you know what I'm saying, get rid of goddamn 1,000 bricks a day, I just took some bread from OTB. Okay, oh well. That ain't got. That don't mean that I was.
OTB don't
that don't mean that I was selling bricks with OTB.
Let me say this, Keith. Back in the days, Buddy McGirt, right? They try to link him to motherfucking John Gotti and things of that nature because of Columbus. They had their business going in. They had their little hands in on the boxing game. But it's like, okay, he worked with the promoter of Buddy McGirt, but Buddy looking like shit. Like, and they try to get him to go on trial and shit like that. And shouts out to Buddy, I interviewed him, and this ain't nothing Buddy want to talk about. But it's like, you know, they try to link him to the mob and shit like that. So, listen, this shit, it's been that way. But if Dan Kinahan had anything to do with Terence Crawford, you had MTK Global, which is his, you know, what he do. I know what you mean by all the fighters he got and the way how he gets some of his fighters. I've seen the Shane McGuigan and all that shit. So I do my own research on the shit. But if Bud had his own situation going on with MTK Global, fam, it won't be no talks right now without MTK Global being in the mix. Like their name will be in the mix with Erro Spence and Terence Crawford, the biggest fucking fight in boxing. You will be hearing what MTK Global said or MTK like it ain't no hiding. It ain't no behind the scenes, and you're not saying shit about MTK Global. But we talking about Showtime and we talking about motherfucking PBC, and you know what I mean. It won't be shit like that. Terence Crawford and Bo Mack are free agents. They're speaking for themselves right now. Bo Mack is the manager. Bud is the product, and that's how they get down. Dan Kinahan ain't got shit to do with Terence Crawford, fam. Nothing at all.
Yeah, and to add to that, brother, like everything Money said, I was gonna say, bro, like we gotta have more confidence in people like Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman. Steven Espinoza been running Showtime Boxing for a long time. He wouldn't go into negotiations with Terence Crawford unless he was 100% confident that Daniel Kinahan wasn't involved. You got Al Heyman, who created the PBC, who was smart enough to find a way to be able to, quote unquote, be somebody's promoter without being a promoter, to get around the Ali Act, and who was able to take fighters from Golden Boy and make all these savvy ass business moves and shit. We got to have more confidence that he ain't dumb enough to let somebody like Terence Crawford and Bo Mack be involved with Daniel Kinahan, and he don't know the shit, and they still start negotiating, and Daniel Kinahan is some shadowy figure in the background that got his hands all over this fight. Like, let's have more confidence in the experience and the smarts and the wits of people like Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman, bro. Like that shit ain't getting off on them, bro.
Dan Kinahan, if y'all want your promoter all in video, dancing, come to MTK Global.
Oh my man. Come on, get in the cage. Yo, get in the cage.
That nigga say get in the cage.
Just can't. I can't do it, man.
817.
Yes, sir. Well, I just been chilling, holding it in, buying my time, listening to all my brothers make good points and speculations and shit. But I just want to say to all those stupid ass motherfuckers that keep typing this PBC fault into the chat, okay? Common sense tell you, right? If you can't handle the business by yourself, why wouldn't you spread the liability across two companies? Right? If you couldn't pay for the fight by your motherfucking self, if PBC couldn't pay for the fight by their goddamn self or pay the fighters, why in the fuck didn't they do business with Top Rank in the first place and go ahead and make the biggest fight in boxing and just spread the liability and the risk? So shut up. Stop with that dumb ass shit. They ain't got the money, this, that, and the third. They were smart enough to send Sean Porter over there and finesse Top Rank out of the most money he'll never made in his life on his way out when they knew the product wasn't good. When they knew he would never put no asses in seats to command the motherfucking money it was going to take to make the fight. And they knew Bob was tired of the motherfucking product. A lot of you niggas ain't never read an economics book. Ain't common sense, you shit it out in your hand and slap it up against your face. Stupid motherfucker still wouldn't know what it was.
Hey, 17, do you think Sean Porter made more money fighting Bud than Errol? Because that back end was a lot of fucking money.
Right, but I mean as far as the front end money, you know what I'm saying? The guarantee.
He got $4 million up front, and they pay per view ain't sell. They pay per view ain't sell shit.
So
he just said that because we know, I mean,
right.
I'm
And speaking on the known commodity, right? But I'm just saying, stop with that lame ass shit. That shit sounds so stupid. You know what I'm saying? And the same motherfuckers will patch up. They'll patch up to go get a sack. But swear to God that one motherfucker's supposed to assume the whole responsibility, a whole liability or something. Say the brother who did the $10 super chat, it's the same motherfucker. That's why I say from now on, the motherfucker name is Donald J. Crawford. Because I ain't never seen a motherfucking fan base or a motherfucking group of people that will just omit motherfucking facts. This nigga can stand in front of you and tell you some shit. We can go back and run the video and the motherfucker will tell you what they think. Fuck what the man said. Like, this shit is ridiculous. You had a motherfucker come in last night and say, man, female, male, whatever, I'ma light your ass up. Keep it a buck. Knockout. We different. But see, when you give a motherfucker room, they spread that bullshit. These whole 4-5 years ain't been nothing but a bunch of spread bullshit. And motherfuckers talk about, and look, I love my nigga OTB, but OTB tried to say, y'all gonna believe Bernie now?
Shit, who believes that?
Say, this same lame ass, how did we get to know Bernie? Cause this same nigga, like, too lame to get on his own shit, gave the nigga his login, wanted to sit right next to him and let him co-sign the cap for him. How soft can you be as Bernie to be sitting next to this man and not let him speak for himself and you co-sign the cap for him?
817. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you, bud. I mean, the man, he did it in 3 different weight classes. I mean, you know, they make no money. They don't want to make no money.
That's soft ass shit.
That's soft ass shit up.
That's soft ass shit. And fam, and now he doing Bernie a solid. I'm gonna let you just push it. I'm gonna let you just run with it, man. You say whatever, do whatever, you know. I'm gonna let you just run with it. One day you can say we finna fight. The next day you can say, what's up on the 50-50? It'll bring more views to you.
And that's man, what it is. Bro ain't got no hustle
like I say.
So he just stick to violence.
That's it, bro. So, and listen, all the rest of these cats, I'm telling you, bro, the antagonistic motherfucker, you know the motherfucker that I'm talking about, right? The one that'll do some shit and then go back and say, man, you see what I was doing, how I was just doing that shit. You know I was just doing that shit to get a rise on. That's these motherfuckers out here. That's these niggas in the chat. But that's these niggas out here who never was able to ball. They were never no leader. They didn't never have nobody look at them and depend on nothing, bro. You can't stand on nothing, really, and make excuses for the type of shit we've been seeing. And one more thing. Don't be so righteous when it comes to Canelo or Riri or whatever, but when it comes to this nigga, it's what you think and what you feel. Motherfucker quick to call Oscar a drag queen, cokehead, everything else. But this nigga sit here and tell you, say, bruh, if it was me, I'd take whatever, because I'm confident I'm gonna motherfucking win. So to me, it feel like somebody ain't so confident. Now this nigga knocking on your shit saying, step your motherfucking ass out on the porch. You was talking that hot shit. I got done what I wanted done. Bring your ass outside. Now you want a plea boy. And you niggas want to make excuses.
Hey, Mr. Dixon, I'll drop a link if you want to grab one. Just, you know, put a 1 in the chat if you want me to drop the link for you. Because, I mean, coming in here with all that childish, weird-ass shit, bro, you can ask for a link. You can ask for a link, bro.
And that's the way these motherfuckers built, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Some of y'all say, look, everybody got that whack-ass nigga that they know. Some of y'all will let them ride in the car. Me, I just shoot them the deuce, tell them I got something to do. I'm on the way somewhere. I got some shit in the car that they can't get in. Ain't no room. Or I just don't fuck with you. I'm not going to even waste time. So I'm saying that to say this. It's a bunch of these Donald J. Crawford motherfucking fans. That's what they is. Until a motherfucker fight, that's who the fuck he is, and that's who the fuck his followers is.
Hey, 817, Court, emptied in the motherfucker on the side of him next to I let him in. Oh, I got too much shit in here, bro.
I got too much shit in here. Ain't shit in the car, nigga. Nigga looking at me funny as I drive out.
You said much of a sucker. Oh, okay. He ain't even mad enough to confront a nigga. You said much of it. Oh, okay. Type of nigga these niggas is, and most of these niggas is those niggas, bro. Like, look, this is what I found out with this Terence Crawford and Erro Spence, and this is shit crazy. That's why Key got it right when he say Erro Spence and Terence Crawford has the same fan base, and I said because when us up here talking about the shit, we are fans of Terence Crawford and Erro Spence, right? We all want the fight, right? And the motherfuckers that try to talk shit about Erro Spence once was Erro Spence fans, right? It's just because of how shit is going. Now they want to split and say all this word ass shit. But if you see motherfuckers that's really talking about this fight, it's always been on the business side of it, and because one man stands alone on the business side of it, keeping it real, right? They get pissed off about that shit, and they make it as if a motherfucker making that shit personal. It's only business, fam. That's all we talk about. We never get into the personal life of Bud Crawford, none of this shit, right?
Man, but that's what they do. That's what they do.
Keep it a buck. Who was mad at Bud when he was fighting at 140?
Keep fucking losing until this fight get made. I need this fight to get made so I can finally have some fucking points.
Fam, who was mad at this man when he was doing this duet 140? I might have felt like it was some other fights out there for him, but it wasn't no vigor vitriol and film. It wasn't none of that shit. When he started moving the way he started moving, niggas started looking at him funny in the light, fam. It ain't got shit to do with how many kid, baby. They ain't got, man, fuck all that shit. We know you because you box, my nigga, and because of what you said in regards to your boxing career. Now the shit ain't lining up. Now we holding you up in the light. Now you blaming it on black folks, this man heart, and everything else. Then when a nigga call you to the carpet on the shit, it's something else. That's all a nigga talking about right here today. But these niggas will make some kind of motherfucking excuse, bro, and this shit lame.
Y'all just gotta wake up when Bud do some bullshit and be like,
no, OTB, no, this is a thing. No, OTB, this is a thing, fam.
So you just got
niggas not on that type of bullshit, family. Nigga, ain't nobody on this panel shitting on AB, never shitted on AB with what went on with AB, all that shit was AB situation. Now you had other motherfuckers talking about that shit, but nigga, man, Keon is fucking Adrian Broner fans to the fucking casket drop. So it's not about putting shit out there. It's about just the business side and staying focused with the boxing. A grown ass man gonna do what a grown ass man want to do anyway, fam. So that ain't got shit to do with us, and it ain't our motherfucking business. If a nigga want to fuck 50 hoes, if a nigga want to snort up dope, if a nigga want to go to church, if a nigga want to go fishing, that's his personal life, and niggas ain't got shit to do with another man's personal life. You'll get your fucking head cracked or you'll get killed worrying about another man's fucking personal life. But when it comes to a sport, right, a fucking sport that we all look at, that we all love, like every other fucking
that's
sport,
how I look at the business side, because I don't give a fuck about none of the business. I don't care about what no nigga make.
But everything is in the fucking public, everything. So if something leak out and we trying to get this fucking fight, and if it's the business that's holding up the fight, and we looking at it, right, and be like, well, then we see clear as day this man pulling in more money than that man, but he asking for X, Y, and Z when he don't deserve fucking Z, right? What the fuck we gonna all sit up here and say, well, he should just
sound like a duck.
He just make it like this. Nah, bro.
Man, all you can say is it sound like it. Yeah, I mean, everybody can say is if this shit is true. And can't nobody say that this shit true. We don't even know, y'all.
OTB, when you see fucking a pattern of fucking Bob Erm telling you that the man asking for too much money, you see Steve Espinosa telling him.
We can't argue the Bob Arum shit until after the court case come out. We can't argue the Bob Arum shit.
Listen to me,
OTB, if 10 motherfucking niggas tell you that bitch cheated, 10 motherfucking niggas tell you they knocked that bitch off, you gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and leave her at the house by herself?
You know how my girls like girls, so don't do that.
Every time I look at that fucking picture, I'm finna call your ass Batman, bro. Look, I'm talking about fucking not Al Heyman. Bob Erm said this shit, right? Steve Espinosa came out and said he got to be realistic. Eddie Hearn said, I will sign him, right? But he have to be realistic with the numbers, meaning we talked a little bit, but what he asking for, nah, it ain't working like that, bro. Damn. So if all these big motherfucking promoters is coming out here saying the same shit, then some of it got to be true, bro.
Period. Yeah, to some degree, some of it got to be.
You can't be naive to the shit, fam. Just open up for what, because that's why I say we ain't gonna never get nowhere, because niggas don't want to be real with the.
And then, it ain't even to know some degree. Facts,
let's not forget, and money. Let's not forget too that Bob Arum himself said that Ugas and Danny Garcia was granted to Crawford and he turned him down.
Available.
Yeah, so
and
we can't go off shit that Bob Arum say until after the case done, because you don't know what the fuck he's suing.
Well, I'm not talking about no
we
case.
Don't know what
OTP,
guarantees
why the fuck
gave
would you?
him.
Okay, we can talk about the case all we want to, right? I'm not talking about no case. The case got some. That's some totally
but
different.
But we can't bring up what Bob Arum said.
So we can't go off what Bob. So when you got Buzz sitting his ass on the stage talking about, well, Bob did everything he did to try to make the fights happen, and Bob did, and Bomac talking about that's just Bob being Bob, and they praising Bob, giving Bob all that motherfucking love. Then they turn back around and say all this shit about Bob. Well, which motherfucking place should we believe? Should we believe?
And OTB gonna tell you that whichever way it lean, that Bud is right. Whichever way you lean.
I ain't gonna tell you that. Come on, man. Don't put that shit on my name, man.
You
Come on,
do
man.
it.
Don't do that. Don't do
You got
that.
17 fucking promoters in boxing telling you this nigga hard to work with. Every motherfucking promoter telling you the nigga hard to work with.
Every promoter,
and I ain't got no
like
fucking
one?
fighters for him.
Like
he
one?
needs to go over here.
Say some shit and everybody said it. Come on,
Bro,
now. Come on now,
what?
make this shit make sense.
Okay, OTB. Okay, so watch this then. Why the fuck when Canelo hit the market, everybody try to get him? Why the fuck when Tank semi hit the market, every motherfucker try to get him, right? Terence Crawford supposed to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He got the biggest fight in boxing with Erro Spence, right?
And won't nobody touch him.
He got no crib.
He made it clear he didn't want to sign. He made it clear he didn't
No,
want to sign
stop
on
it,
another
bro.
deal.
That's not
He
the
made
case,
it
bro.
clear.
He didn't make shit clear. When he
So he ain't come out and say, I don't want to sign no, I'm going to sign a one-fight deal to fight Spence.
No,
He didn't
when
say
that nigga, I'm talking about when that nigga was a free agent after the last motherfucking fight with Top Rank. You didn't see no offers coming from nowhere. It don't matter what the fuck he said. If you are a high commodity, if you out here, if you doing business with motherfuckers, promoters still go come to you. That's the fucking nature of the business. They're going to try to pull you in because of your fucking name and things of that nature. That's why you only got one nigga named Floyd Money Mayweather that's looking like trying to pull his ass to his promotional company because he needs some flow if he lose Tank. No other fucking promotion company is trying to touch the nigga because they saying that he's asking for too much money and he's not really pulling in that shit because of what his numbers say, bro. It's a numbers game. Everything is a fucking numbers game, fam. And his numbers don't add up. And he trying to get what the fuck his numbers say he don't deserve, bro. Period. So we can talk about the court case, what a fucking $1 million.
The fight done already. Then what? Then what?
If the fight
because again, like he had no answer to what you said. He just moved the goalpost. No acknowledgement of what the fuck you said. He just moved on to something else. This shit happened every fucking time. Every fucking time you will see this repeated. I don't give a fuck who the hell is on. I don't give a fuck who it is. You're going to see him repeat it the same fucking time.
You're going to keep saying the same fucking facts.
What's the fact?
Nobody want to keep hearing the same shit.
We
know
because you don't want to keep hearing that you fucking wrong.
Is if the fight done or not. You don't know that.
What's the facts, OTB? OTB, you said those are the facts. What's the facts, OTB?
We know Errol outsold him. We know Errol gonna get the bigger share. What we don't know is if the fight done or not. You telling me that, goddamn it, we don't know if the fight done because Bernie said it? These two motherfuckers ain't quit working since the last day of the last fight. I ain't going off of that shit, man.
They said it was signed.
And I ain't going off of 817 weird ass.
I'm up here telling you that the fight
Grizzly Adams looking
right. I'm up here telling you that the fight is still on the table, that it will take place, right? Ask Key what I just said, ask Knockout, right? I hit EJ up my motherfucking self. So I go to the source. Like, I don't go to all this Bernie and all that weak ass shit. I go to the source, straight to the nigga, right? So yes, the fight is still on the table, right? So the thing is, we talking about Bud Crawford in a mix of trying to steal some shit that he's not deserving of, bro. Because that's all him and Bomac is trying to do is fucking steal, right? And if you can negotiate for it, you can get it. It ain't my business to say, damn, you don't deserve it, right? But if we looking at the numbers and we looking at how this shit go, right? We know what if we being realistic, right? And motherfuckers go always say, well, you can't tell another man with this. That's his business.
We can say what's deserving to him, even if Showtime give it to him.
Say what's deserving or what. Listen, I'm just saying we can say what's deserving and what's not deserving if we're going off the numbers, and we see that it's the business that's holding up the fight. If we know that, okay, this man keeps talking about he wants this, that, and the third, and it shows that he don't deserve that shit, but he's still trying to get it. Then, since you're a Terence Crawford fan like every motherfucker else, y'all voice need to be a little bit louder, telling him to accept what the fuck he's deserving of and make the fight happen.
Well, Money, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, OTB, hold up real quick. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. because we talking a lot, right? We talking a lot, but let's just hear what the man said out of his own mouth. And I'm gonna play this. Y'all didn't heard it, but I'm gonna play this. So hold on real quick. This is what the man said out of his own mouth. Give me a sec. Hold on. Here we go.
Protecting that 0, and that's why he doesn't want to step in there because he knows what type of hire you are. A little bit. That has something to do with it. A little bit, but at the same time, I just think like, you know, he thinking the big picture. Like, if I take a chance like this, I need to be getting paid as much money as possible, just in case if I lose. He's talking about he want to fight this guy and fight this guy, so he's going to be the A side. You know, he don't want a 50-50 fight. Well, that just lets you know right now he's not 100% confident in his own abilities. You know, he can say what he wants. The casual fans can say what they want, but me, you know, if I'm confident in my abilities, I'm like, okay, we can do it. You know, it don't matter if it's 50-50 or not. I know I'm gonna win, so I don't have nothing to lose. You think?
Damn! Hold on. What did he say?
Well,
what did he say?
Well, dude,
he said the
there you have
contract's supposed to be signed and on the motherfucking
Hold on. What
way.
that boy said? He said if it was him, he's confident in his ability. He know he gonna win. It don't matter if it's 50-50 or not. What that man said. With that being said, I think this argument is over. You know what I'm saying? Bud needs to go on, sign the contract, and take what the fuck they give him because he said it himself. We don't now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't shit else to be said. The man said it out of his own mouth. You know what I'm saying? Take what the fuck they giving you. Whatever they offer you, take it because you're that confident in your abilities and you don't care what they give you because you know you're gonna win. So I'm gonna go around the panel and wrap it up. I'm gonna go around the panel. Let me go to let me get let me see where we start. Okay, Money. I think Money. Let me get the Money. Let them know what you got going on tonight, Money.
I'm gonna go on knockout show y'all. So everybody head over to knockout. I'm gonna be debating Drico Bay. You know what I'm saying? His Judas ass. You know what I mean? He's my brother and I love him, but we gonna get his Judas ass tonight. All this disrespect that he got towards Erro Spence now, you know what I mean? And Drake is my brother. So y'all come on over to Knockout Boxing 86 TV, right? I ain't got no show tonight, y'all, so I'm gonna rock out on knockout shit. And we got a good debate going on with you know, Drico. We go, it's gonna be good. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? We just go we gonna see what Drico is.
Drico called me last night to prep for you, Money.
Yeah, he gonna need more than prepping. He gonna need more than prepping. I'm gonna say that. But shouts out to my brother, Everything Boxing, man. Y'all keep supporting my brother, man. Keep running them fucking numbers up, hitting that like button, showing love. This shit ain't easy, my man. So I'm talking about had a hell of a week of so much shit he had going on, but he still make time to come and do these shows. Shouts out to my brother Batman Forever, aka 817. Rest in peace to the real Batman. Every time I see that dude face, you know what I'm saying, it dampen my fucking mood, you know. So you know we go, you know, we're gonna try to do something, man. Keith, man, we be talking behind the scenes, man. So we gonna try to do something special and you know, show y'all something, man. But you know, shouts out to him, shouts out to everybody on the panel. OTB, hell of a fucking interview today, man, with Bread Man.
Bread Man, bro. I forgot to talk about that.
Thanks,
bro. It was a hell of an interview. I didn't even know Caleb Plant was with Bread Man.
Right. Jewel's been dropped.
Great job, OTB.
OTB, man, like
not here ass.
I'm talking about hell of a fucking interview, bro. So you know, shouts out to you, to you, bro. You keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm happy to see you growing. We need to get OTB to a fucking 1,000 fucking subs, man. Y'all show some love. OTB, you gotta start dropping that link in the chats too, bro. Y'all get that brother over a fucking 1,000 subs, man. He put the fucking hard work in. Shouts out to him, man. And y'all just keep showing love. You know, we gonna keep turning up with this boxing shit. Boxing is here to stay. Fighters are gonna be gone, but we still gonna be here, man. So appreciate everybody, and you know, we gonna keep moving.
Hey, I appreciate that, Money, man. I definitely do, yeah.
Yeah. You might as well go ahead and give your last words, OTB, and let them know what you got.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. I gotta say thanks to my brothers. Everybody that don't know, I just did my first interview today with Stephen Breadman Edwards. You understand? So I gotta thank brother Keon, my big brother Key, man. and money as well, man. Y'all two brought me in this industry, man, with open arms. Let me know that I had a place here. And man, we had a hell of an interview with Bread, man. Let us know Julian J. Rock Williams will be returning to boxing. You know what I mean? We're gonna see how motivated he is as we know about his entrepreneurial success. But we hope that he definitely dedicated to boxing. Man, let us know that Caleb Plant joined this stable. You understand? So Caleb Plant in Philly getting some of that Philly work. And y'all go check out that interview, man. There's some jewels drop. Man, he let us know about the thin line to training and motivating, being disciplined. You understand? Let us know about an up-and-coming fighter coming out of Philly by the name of Ramil Cruz. Y'all go check it out. Anything y'all can find on him. Man, the kid is special, and he is student to the sport. But, man, I got to get my flowers to y'all with my last words, man. When I just did my first interview, man, y'all helped pull me out the streets and into this environment. I got to thank y'all, man. Money and Key, man. And salute the 817 for always supporting. Everybody else who always supported, man. I appreciate that love, man.
Yes, sir, man. Great interview. Like I said, man, some gems was dropped in that. Some jewels was dropped in that motherfucking video, man. Some real gems. And like I said, everybody know I'm a big Caleb Plant fan, and I didn't even know he was with Bread, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Caleb Plant do with the new team.
Okay, yeah, and I like what Breadman said when he said like when motherfuckers try to bully him, you know, that's what they're working on. So
yeah,
and he got Andre Darrell to start it off with, so that's gonna be a hell of a assignment.
Facts. October 30th, that fight is signed. He say that fight signed. So yeah, we gonna see that.
That's finna be fire, man.
Hey, Darrell Hill said drop the link real fast. OTB.
Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all definitely go sub to OTB outs. OTB boxing class 101. School is now in session. School was really in session earlier today with that interview. He finna drop the link. Everybody go sub. Hit the like button before y'all leave out of here. And let me get my man RP 1126, man. Let him know where to find you at. RP 1126, you in the building?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Hey man, I just tune in, man. I'm just a working man, single father, and I just be tuning in. I don't have no channel or nothing like that. I just, like to hear some good boxing talk. I'm a boxing fan and I love it. And I just want the best to fight the best, like it always been, man. That's it.
Yes, sir, man. We all can dig that. And y'all remember tonight, once again, on Knockout Boxing 86 TV. If y'all ain't subbed to Knockout, y'all, I don't know what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're doing with your life. But yeah, tonight, Money Brown TV and Drico Bay, they finna go head to head in a debate. I can't miss this. This shit finna be fireworks. And that's on Knockout Boxing 86 TV tonight. Ben, give me your last words before we get up out of here, Ben.
Yep, you said it.
Ben. I guess he out. Okay, 817. Let me get your last words.
Man, you know what time it is. I'm trying to get over the knockout too. Appreciate you, Pete. You know what I'm saying? I already know the struggle been rough, but you've been holding it down still and coming through. You know what I'm saying? And giving us a place to do this, and we appreciate it, man. Rest in peace to Batman. You know what I'm saying? I hope nobody takes it as disrespect, but I wanted to give my brother something for us to continue to remember him by for at least the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we can all get together and hopefully do something in memory of him, for real, like we supposed to. Right. And in regards to that, that's why I'm so, I was always passionate about boxing before, but when you encounter good people, you know what I'm saying, you share this passion and then you lose them, you realize, time ain't promised to us, you know what I'm saying? And again, he left a piece of his legacy here with us. His legacy stretches a lot of places, but he left a piece of it here with us. And I feel like I at least owe it to him when I get up here to have some of substance and to be standing on something. You know what I'm saying? Right, wrong, or indifferent. I love all you brothers, man. Y'all stay safe.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah,
And
so
none
we
but
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
817. Thank you. We're gonna let you know what we gonna try to work on, man. So we're gonna tap you in too. I think it's something that we all can pitch in on, you know what I'm saying, to to keep this shit moving forward, you know. So
and his
he
kids, man,
he got
and
a
it's
son,
about
man.
his kids.
Yeah, so he
I
got a
think
son.
about his son all the time,
We
fam.
don't
Real
want
shit.
to let him fall to the wayside of this, you know what I mean, this thugging ass world. So, you know, we go tap in on that. We ain't gonna say too much of that shit.
Yes, sir. And Omega Red, man, your big country ass, you ain't shit, Omega. Omega Red ain't shit for real. Talk about OTB stand for on Terrence Balls, man. Omega ain't shit, bro.
I like that.
That's a good one though.
Omega ain't shit, man.
Y'all go show my boy Knockout some love, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate everybody for, you know what I'm saying, coming through another great show. I will be back tomorrow. Like I said, there's been a lot of things going on this week. But we back. Great fights this weekend. I'm gonna be over there watching the show on Knockout Boxing 86 TV right now with Money Brown and Drico Bay. You know what I'm saying? And hear what Drico gonna get on their line about. But make sure that y'all don't miss that. And like I said, hit the like button, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. I appreciate all y'all. We gone.
One.